Just started university, and my beautiful tutor turns out to be the mother of my child. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 1601 Luxurious Lunch. The prices here shouldn't be cheap, right? We'll probably spend tens of thousands of yuan for a meal. That's too extravagant. Honey, it's so expensive. It's not worth just having lunch, is it? Zhang Yuxi frowned. It's okay, honey. We have money anyway. Honey, forget it. Let's go somewhere else. It's okay. Don't we have a credit card? I know you're afraid I'll spend money. Don't worry, I'll save money. We must have a good meal this time. Honey, I make so much money just to let you buy whatever you want and eat whatever you want. So listen to me. Lin Feng said. I can't do anything about you. Then I'll listen to you. Zhang Yuxi said. Soon, the two ordered dishes. Honey, take a look at what you like to eat. Lin Feng said. Well, you can help me order. I can do anything. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Okay, then I'll order for you. Wait a little while. Lin Feng said with a smile. Well. Zhang Yuxi nodded. What are your signature dishes? Lin Feng asked a waiter. Sir, please take a look at our menu here. If you have any special preferences, we can make it according to your preferences. Here are all kinds of delicious dishes, including beef, roast lamb legs, roast pigeon, roast chicken, roast duck, roast pig's trotters, roast fish, roast duck wings. There are also seafood feasts. There are seafood feasts and sea cucumber soup. We can adjust the taste of seafood according to your preferences. The waiter handed the menu to Lin Feng and introduced it. Well. Lin Feng took the menu and looked at it. He found that many of these dishes were Zhang Yuxi's favorites. Although the price of these dishes is very expensive, they taste very good. They are very refreshing and delicious. Lin Feng is also very satisfied and thinks these dishes are very suitable for Zhang Yuxi. He believes that Zhang Yuxi will definitely like them. Do you have red wine here? Lin Feng asked. Yes, sir. The waiter said with a smile. Give me a bottle of 1982 Lafite. Lin Feng said directly to the waiter. Okay, sir. The waiter nodded and said. By the way, we also have wine and cigars here. The waiter continued. Sir, that's no problem. We have a lot of wine and cigars here. They are all limited supply and very popular. The waiter said with a smile. Let's have a bottle of Lafite first. Lin Feng said. Honey, you have to drive later. You can't drink. Zhang Yuxi reminded on the side. Wife, it's a rare time like this, drink some red wine. When we go out to play in the afternoon, I will arrange for the driver to come and drive. Don't worry, wife. Lin Feng smiled and said. That's good. If you want to drive, I won't let you drink. Zhang Yuxi said. Please give me the red wine first. Lin Feng said. Okay, sir, wait a moment, I will get you the wine right away. The waiter smiled and left. Then, Lin Feng continued to look at the menu and order dishes. Wife, how about a portion of each of these signature dishes? Lin Feng asked. Well, husband, there are only two of us. Don't order too much. It will be a waste if you can't finish it later. 3 dishes and 1 soup are enough. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay, listen to my wife. Let's have 1 roast duck and 1 signature beef. If you want seafood, let's have 1 shrimp and 1 sea cucumber soup. How is it, wife? All your favorites. Lin Feng said. Husband is great. You ordered all the dishes I like. Thank you, husband. Zhang Yuxi praised with a smile. Then, Lin Feng quickly handed the menu to the waiter. The waiter quickly served all the things Lin Feng ordered. Waiter. Excuse me, has my red wine not been served yet? Lin Feng asked. Sir, I'm sorry. Please wait a moment. We will serve you the red wine right away. The waiter said with a smile. Soon, the waiter came in with a bottle of red wine. Please enjoy your meal. The waiter handed 2 wine glasses to Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi. After Zhang Yuxi took the wine glass, she smiled and thanked the waiter. Honey, cheers. I'm so happy to have a wonderful lunch with my wife. Lin Feng raised his glass and said. Cheers. I'm so lucky to enjoy every day with my husband. Zhang Yuxi smiled and said. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng started to eat. While eating, Zhang Yuxi observed the surrounding environment. She felt that the environment of this hotel was very elegant and quiet, very suitable for talking about love, and it was a good place. The two chatted while enjoying lunch. Zhang Yuxi looked out the window and saw an advertisement playing outside the window. She looked at the screen and suddenly thought of a song, Meeting. This song is Zhang Yuxi's favorite song recently. Zhang Yuxi suddenly thought of every bit of meeting with Lin Feng, and couldn't help but feel a little sweet in her heart. Honey, what are you thinking about? Smiling, come on, eat the shrimp quickly, peel it. Lin Feng said. Hey honey, I thought of the time when we just got together. Zhang Yuxi said. Yes, when we were just together, we were like a couple in love, very sweet. Of course it's still sweet now, my love for you will never change, it will only increase. Lin Feng said. Recalling the past, he showed a bright smile on his face. You are sent by God to save me, every minute and every second with you is so precious to me. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. I used up all my luck to meet you. Wife, it's a good thing you became my wife. We are very happy now, and the same will be true in the future, and I will definitely make you happy forever. Lin Feng also said. Yes, very happy. Thank you, husband, Zhang Yuxi said happily. Silly wife, there is no need for us to say such polite words between us. You and I know how important we are to each other, and our happiness is the most important. I just want you to be happy. Eat more, wife. Lin Feng said. Okay. Zhang Yuxi picked up a piece of beef and put it in her mouth and started eating. Wow, this beef is really delicious, better than any beef we've eaten before. Zhang Yuxi praised while eating. Yes, honey, you're right, the beef here is really delicious. The beef here is all airlifted from abroad, absolutely fresh, and tastes very good. We can come here often to try it in the future. Lin Feng said with a smile. Yes. Zhang Yuxi nodded quickly. We'll come if my wife wants to come in the future. The restaurants here are all pretty good. Lin Feng said with a smile. Yes. Zhang Yuxi nodded. Wife, come on, let's toast. Cheers. Cheers. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng clinked their glasses. Then they both raised their heads and drank the red wine in their goblets. Chapter 1602 The Greatest Happiness. After drinking, the two began to eat again. Zhang Yuxi ate very sweetly. Lin Feng was very happy watching Zhang Yuxi eat. Lin Feng was also very happy watching Zhang Yuxi eat happily. Wife, have another glass. Lin Feng raised his glass and motioned Zhang Yuxi to drink. Okay. It's rare that I'm in the mood to drink red wine today. Zhang Yuxi said. Well, but don't drink too much. I'll take you out to play in the afternoon. Just drink a little. Lin Feng said. Lin Feng picked up the red wine and clinked it with Zhang Yuxi's glass. Well, then let's drink slowly. Zhang Yuxi nodded and said. Wife is so good. Lin Feng said with a smile. Husband, you are also so good, I like you the most. Zhang Yuxi also imitated Lin Feng's tone and said. What a naughty ghost. Wife, you say this, I love it. Lin Feng said with a smile. Come on, honey, I'll toast you a glass. Lin Feng said with a smile. Husband, we are husband and wife, there is no need to be polite between husband and wife. You always tell me that there is no need to be polite between us. Zhang Yuxi said. This is also a way to show love for my wife. Lin Feng said. Okay, then I'll drink a glass with you. Zhang Yuxi didn't want to refuse Lin Feng, so she picked up the red wine glass and gently clinked it with Lin Feng. Lin Feng took a sip of red wine and then put the red wine glass down. Wife, are you full? Lin Feng said. I'm full, thank you, husband, I'm so full that my stomach hurts. If you keep going like this, you'll probably get fat. Zhang Yuxi touched her belly and said. My wife is not fat to begin with, even if you get fat, I will still love you. I won't stop loving you because of what you become, as long as you are you, I will love you. Lin Feng said. Hey, that's what I said, what if I'm really fat and ugly, will you still love me? Zhang Yuxi said with a charming smile. Of course I love you. Because you are not ugly, you will still look good even if you get fat. You are so beautiful, nothing can affect it. Besides, I love you, I will love you no matter what. Lin Feng said. Husband, your stinky mouth is getting sweeter and sweeter. Zhang Yuxi stretched out her hand and pinched Lin Feng's nose, then said. Wife, I am serious. I didn't realize it before, but now I realize it. I think the best thing in the world is to have a wife like you. Lin Feng said very happily. Husband, Thank you for loving me so much. I am really happy. I am really happy. Everyone around me is very envious of me. This is the blessing I cultivated in my previous life. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Wife, don't thank me. You can marry me. It is the blessing I cultivated in my previous life. I will treat you well and treat you well all the time. Lin Feng said. Yeah, thank you, husband. Husband, I am really very, very happy. Having a husband like you is the greatest happiness in my life. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Well, that's what I should do. No matter what happens, I'll protect you from the wind and rain. You just need to be yourself. As long as I, Lin Feng, live one day, I will ensure that you will always be happy like this. Lin Feng said. Thank you, husband. I will always be happy like this, and we will definitely grow old together. If you dare to do something to let me down, you're done. I'll beat you up. Zhang Yuxi said deliberately jokingly. Hey, wife, I know you're the best. I will never do anything to let you down. You can rest assured, I swear to God, I will never do that. Lin Feng said. That's good. I don't think you dare, Zhang Yuxi said. By the way, wife, I have another thing to ask of you. Lin Feng said mysteriously. What is it? Zhang Yuxi asked with a questioning look on her face. Wife, I hope you can promise me that you will never leave me, and you will always be with me, and spend every day with me. I also hope you can stay with me, and you are not allowed to leave me no matter what day it is. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. Heaven and earth can bear witness, I will never leave you, and I will definitely stay by your side forever. I can't bear to leave you either. I can't imagine the days without you. What should I do? So we have to be fine. Zhang Yuxi said. Well, we must be fine, and we will always be so fine. Lin Feng pinched Zhang Yuxi's cheek and said. Husband, you pinched my face again, I hate it. Zhang Yuxi also stretched out her hand to pinch Lin Feng's face and said. Wife, you are so good, I am really glad to marry you. Although I haven't officially held the wedding yet, in my heart you are already my legitimate wife. As soon as the wedding time comes, I will immediately give my wife a perfect wedding. Lin Feng said. I'm also very lucky to marry you. Although I haven't married yet, I have already decided on you in my heart. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Wife, let's have another drink. Lin Feng raised his glass and said. Yes. Zhang Yuxi picked up the glass and gently clinked it with Lin Feng again. Cheers. Cheers. Lin Feng smiled and gently clinked his glass with Zhang Yuxi, then drank the whole glass of red wine in one gulp. Wife, it's almost done. I've asked the driver to come. I'll take you to Disneyland later. Lin Feng said. Yes. I haven't been there for a long time. Have fun. Zhang Yuxi said excitedly. Prepare for the exam, and take my parents on a trip during the summer vacation. Let them go out and relax too. Lin Feng said. Yes, okay. Zhang Yuxi said. After Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng finished their meal, they left the restaurant together. The two chatted while walking outside. When he walked out of the hotel, he saw the driver Lin Feng had called. Mr. Lin, Mrs. Lin. The driver came forward and greeted respectfully. Master Li, go to the parking lot and drive the car over. Thank you for your hard work. Lin Feng nodded and said. Okay, Mr. Lin. Please wait. The driver went to the parking lot immediately after he finished speaking. Master Li drove the car up and stopped. Mr. Lin, where are you going? Master Li said. Directly to Disneyland. Lin Feng said. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 1603 Disney Princess on the Run. Okay, Mr. Lin, I got it. The driver said to Zhang Yuxi respectfully. The driver parked the car on the side of the road and opened the door. Mr. Lin, please get in the car first. I'll help you take your things up. Master Li said. Okay, thank you. Zhang Yuxi said. Mr. Lin, Mrs. Lin, please. The driver extended his hand to invite Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng to get in the car. After Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng got in the car, the driver started the car and set off. Honey, the weather is great today. It's not too hot. Zhang Yuxi said. Well, we can have fun at Disney in the afternoon. Lin Feng said. Great. Disney should be a place that every girl yearns for. Zhang Yuxi said. The dress my husband is wearing today looks like a Disney princess on the run. The happiest place in the world. Lin Feng said. Ha ha ha, husband, I find that you are getting better at making people happy with your mouth. You are worthy of being a business emperor. This mouth of yours is much more powerful than that one. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Ha ha ha, do you like listening to me? I always tell the truth. Lin Feng said with a smile on his face. Of course I like it. My husband is the best. Husband, you are really excellent. You are the best man in the world. Zhang Yuxi said proudly. Zhang Yuxi said this sincerely. She really thinks that Lin Feng is the best man in the world. Thank you for your compliment, my wife. I am so happy. Lin Feng said. But my wife, you are also the best girl in the world, no one else. The two of us are truly a match made in heaven. No matter what difficulties and setbacks we encounter in the future, we must work together. Lin Feng continued to say. Okay. Share the happiness and share the difficulties, he. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng encouraged each other. Because the driver was arranged to drive, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi sat in the back seat, and Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng chatted. The two talked about love and did not take the driver, Master Li, into consideration. But Master Li was already used to it. After all, he had driven for Lin Feng before. He also knew that Lin Feng was a famous wife-loving maniac. The car drove slowly, and everything seemed very calm and peaceful. By the way, wife, if we have time tomorrow, should we go to my parents' house? I wonder if you are willing to go back together. Lin Feng said. Of course I am willing, I miss my parents too. Husband, do you think I should buy them some gifts? Why don't we get up early tomorrow and go see what we can buy and bring over? Zhang Yuxi said. We can just buy them one, anyway, they are not short of money, and they have many friends, so they can just buy some and send them over. I'll take care of all this. Sleep until you wake up naturally, and then we'll go over when you wake up. Lin Feng said. Okay then. I'll listen to you. Zhang Yuxi said. Then it's decided. I'll arrange to pick a gift from my parents tomorrow. But we may not go yet. Let me see if we can stay there for one night and take you there. Lin Feng said. Yeah, okay. If we plan to go to my parents' house tomorrow, let's go home and sleep tonight. Then we'll go there when we wake up tomorrow. My parents were originally planning to come to our place on the weekend. I guess they miss us too. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay, then let's go to Disneyland and have dinner there in the evening before coming back. Let's go to my parents' house tomorrow. Lin Feng said. Yeah, no problem. My parents will be very happy to know that we're going back. Zhang Yuxi said. Fortunately, my parents are in good health and there's nothing wrong with them, so we can rest assured. Wife, close your eyes and rest for a while. I'll call you when we get there. Lin Feng said. Okay. Zhang Yuxi closed her eyes and rested after she finished speaking. After a while. Honey, are we there yet? Zhang Yuxi opened her eyes helplessly and asked. Almost, almost. Lin Feng said. Honey, isn't it uncomfortable for you to sleep like this? How about I tell you a story? You shouldn't be sleepy after listening to it, do you want to listen? Lin Feng said. Okay, then let's listen to the story. Zhang Yuxi said. After hearing Zhang Yuxi's answer, Lin Feng immediately told Zhang Yuxi a very funny story. After listening to the story told by Lin Feng, Zhang Yuxi couldn't help but burst out laughing. Zhang Yuxi's laughter made Lin Feng look very proud, and it seemed that the story he just told was very funny. After Zhang Yuxi laughed enough, Zhang Yuxi said to Lin Feng. Honey, the story you told is so funny that I couldn't help laughing. Look, this story made me laugh to death, ha ha ha. No, honey, my stomach hurts from laughing. Zhang Yuxi said, holding her stomach. Silly wife. Are you okay? My wife is the only one who laughed until her stomach hurt. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi with a worried look and asked. It's okay, just continue telling the story. It's just too funny. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Okay, I'll continue. Talk about something else. Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi leaned on Lin Feng's shoulder and listened quietly. Let's start with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs this time. Okay, then I'll listen to my husband's story. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay. After Lin Feng finished speaking, he continued to tell the story of the dwarfs, and Zhang Yuxi followed suit. The dwarf's name is accurate. He looks like a round ball with a pair of golden eyes. He looks very beautiful, and he has 8 arms, each holding a golden hammer. He is a priest. Because of his great power, he is called the guardian of the Holy See. So every time he comes to the Holy See will send 100 knights and tens of thousands of believers to welcome him. He is very powerful. Every time he goes out, many people will be injured. So sacrificial activities are held every winter. Every winter, many people are injured or even missing. And none of their relatives know about those missing people. Until a few years later, one day, one of his relatives came to the Holy See. He found the priest and complained to him. His relative told the priest that Akarat's strength is very terrifying. He has defeated many people, but no one can defeat Akarat. He hopes that the priest can punish Akarat. The priest was shocked by this, but he ignored the relative of Akarat. Because Akarat's relatives were indeed very powerful, it was not surprising that he didn't know Akarat, and Akarat didn't kill anyone. But this incident made the Pope very angry. He sent a large number of knights and God's messengers to besiege Akarat. Akarat and his men suffered heavy losses in that fierce battle. In the end, Akarat's army was completely destroyed. Only he escaped and successfully left this world. Chapter 1604. A little effort. What? Akarat was killed. Where did Akarat's soul go? Zhang Yuxi asked in shock. Zhang Yuxi was getting more and more excited as she listened. Lin Feng couldn't help but smile at her serious expression. His soul was sealed by the Pope. His soul has now turned into a pile of ashes. However, Akarat's soul was not sealed, but taken away by the priest. This priest is an unfathomable existence. As far as I know, the priest is a demon from hell. He turned Akarat's soul into a pile of ashes, making it sink into hell forever and unable to be reborn. And the souls of those dead knights and messengers of God were all devoured by him. He became the incarnation of those knights and messengers of God, and the guardian of those dead souls. His soul has been wandering in hell, looking for a target that can help him get revenge. Lin Feng continued. Oh my God. Then Akarat is so unlucky. How could he encounter such a thing? Zhang Yuxi said in shock. Yes, I didn't expect this ending, but that priest is really powerful. Not only is his cultivation speed several times faster than ordinary people, but his strength is also much stronger. His strength is simply unfathomable. If we meet that priest, I'm afraid we are not his opponent at all. And there is more than one of him. There are many divine messengers standing behind him. The strength of those divine messengers is also very powerful. Ordinary people are not their opponents at all. I heard that the strength of that divine messenger is even higher than that of the Pope. Lin Feng continued to speak. No wonder, he must be more powerful than the Pope. Such a priest is really powerful. Zhang Yuxi said. That's right. Lin Feng said. Husband, your story is so rich and interesting. Did you read too many novels before? Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Hey. Yes, I did read a novel before. The priests in that novel are all very powerful. Lin Feng said. The priests in novels are much better looking than those in TV dramas. And the priests are also very handsome and cool. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Haha, you girl, you only look at the appearance. Don't say other people are handsome, your husband is the most handsome. Lin Feng said. Ha ha ha, okay, you are the most handsome, you are the best, okay. But husband, I am the only one who can tell your story so seriously, right? Zhang Yuxi looked interested and said to Lin Feng. Ahem. Wife, don't you like it? Then I can change the subject. Horror story, how about it? Lin Feng said with a smile. Horror story. Zhang Yuxi was stunned and said. Yes, horror stories, such as ghost stories, vampire stories, blood-sucking zombie stories. And blood-sucking bat stories, vampires, bats. In short, the content of this story is very rich and very exciting. Can I tell it again now? Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said with a smile. Ah. Uncle Li, how long will it take us to get there? Zhang Yuxi immediately changed the subject and said. MRS. Lin, it will take about an hour to get there. We are already halfway there. The driver said. Ha ha ha, wife, you are quite smart. You asked Uncle Li on purpose because you don't want to hear horror stories. Besides, I know Master Li very well. Work hard and I won't treat you unfairly. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. Oh, yes, Mrs. Lin, thank you very much. My wife also praises Mrs. Lin and thinks you are a very good girl. The driver said. Thank you, thank you. Zhang Yuxi said a little embarrassedly. Husband, I will always support you. Zhang Yuxi said in a low voice. Really, silly wife? I'm going to tie you to my side. In case you run away. Lin Feng said. I won't. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Zhang Yuxi felt very warm in her heart when she heard Lin Feng's words. Mr. Lin, Mrs. Lin, you two are really in love. The driver said. Uncle Lee, please stop joking. Zhang Yuxi said with a blushing face. I'm telling the truth. Mr. Lin and Mrs. Lin are really a perfect match. They are a talented man and a beautiful woman. Uncle Lee said with a smile. Oh, Uncle Lee, please stop praising me. I feel a little embarrassed when you praise me like this. I am praising Mr. Lin and Mrs. Lin from the bottom of my heart. Mrs. Lin is so happy. I am also very happy to see you young people like this. The driver responded. Wife, Master Li can say this, and he also thinks so in his heart. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said with tenderness in his eyes. Well, I know, I think so too. I am really happy to have such a husband who loves me. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile looking at Lin Feng. We will be very happy, because I am the happiest man in the world. Ha ha ha, my wife is right, I am the happiest man in the world. Lin Feng said happily. Hey, look at how you are laughing. Zhang Yuxi said. Oh, by the way, Master Li, last time you told me about your child's schooling. Have you done it? Lin Feng said. Boss Lin, it's done, thanks to Boss Lin's help. My wife and I are very grateful. We don't have anything worthwhile or good to show for it. I told my wife that as long as Boss Lin needs me for one day, I will keep working. The driver said seriously. Honey, what's wrong? Zhang Yuxi said with a puzzled look on her face. Master Li's child. No school was willing to accept his son before. Because he and his wife are both from other places, there has been no solution. I accidentally found out about this matter, so I solved it. Lin Feng simply stated. Yes, if it weren't for Boss Lin's help, we still don't know what to do now. Now the child can go to school normally. So we will never forget this kindness. Thank you very much, Boss Lin. The driver said. You're welcome, it's just a piece of cake, you don't have to take it to heart. If you have any difficulties, you can just tell me, I will help you. Lin Feng said. Thank you, thank you. I really have nothing to repay you, so if you have any questions, Mr. Lin, you can come to me and I will do my best. The driver hurriedly thanked him. Chapter 1605, Impeccable Man. Uncle Lee, don't be so polite. It's good that the problem has been solved. Don't be so polite in the future. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Mrs. Lin is right. I won't be polite anymore. I just hope that I can do my best for Mr. Lin in the future. After all, this is what I should do. The driver said. Uncle Lee, you are right to think so. Don't be so polite. I believe you can do a good job. Don't worry, the Lin group will get better and better, so as long as you are willing to keep doing it. Lin Feng looked at the driver and said. Mr. Lin, I will do my best to do it well. I will do my best for the Lin group. The driver looked at Lin Feng and said. Well, then let's work together. Lin Feng looked at the driver and said. Yes, Mr. Lin. The driver said. Zhang Yuxi leaned on Lin Feng's shoulder at this time, looking at the scenery outside the car window, and then looked at the man in front of her. Lin Feng was so good that she couldn't describe it in words. Whether in study, career, relationship, or social skills, he has done impeccable. She really loves the man in front of her. Lin Feng. Wife, you look at me like this, do you like me very much? Lin Feng asked deliberately teasingly. What do you think? Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes. I think it should be. It's not just me, Uncle Lee and the driver think so too. Uncle Lee, do you think I'm right? Lin Feng said with a smile. Yes, Mr. Lin is right, I also think Mr. Lin is right. But Mr. Lin also loves Mrs. Lin very much? The driver said cleverly. Yes, I like you. Love you so much? Zhang Yuxi wrinkled her nose and responded mischievously. Then I love you so much too. Lin Feng stretched out his arms and hugged Zhang Yuxi into his arms, smiling happily. Wife, I love you too. Wife, our life will be smooth sailing. I will always be with you, protect you, and make you happy every day. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. Hey. Uncle Lee will vomit after listening to this. Zhang Yuxi smiled and said. No, ha ha ha, let's talk quietly. Besides, Master Li is driving seriously. Lin Feng said. Mr. Lin, Mrs. Lin. The entrance to Disneyland is a few hundred meters ahead. We're here. I'll go park the car first. The driver said. Wow, we're here. We've been driving for 2 hours. Zhang Yuxi immediately said excitedly. Well, is my wife happy? My Disney princess. Lin Feng said. Happy, very happy. I believe every girl longs for Disneyland. Zhang Yuxi said happily. As long as my wife likes it. Lin Feng said. The two started chatting. Lin Feng drove the car and slowly drove towards Disneyland. It took about 10 minutes to reach the entrance of Disneyland. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng got out of the car. As soon as Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi got out of the car, the driver, Master Li, came over. Mr. Lin, Mrs. Lin, we are here. Master Li bowed to Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi. Thank you, Uncle Li, you have worked hard. Zhang Yuxi got out of the car and said. Master Li, you can arrange your own time in the future, just come later. Lin Feng said. Okay, Mr. Lin, Mrs. Lin, have fun. The driver left after he finished speaking. Wife, let's go buy tickets, and I will take you to play later, okay? Lin Feng said. Okay, okay. Zhang Yuxi said excitedly. Well, wait for me. Lin Feng said. Okay. Lin Feng quickly got out of the car and walked into Disneyland. He quickly bought 2 tickets and then returned to the car with the tickets. Let's go to the amusement park to play. I also brought a camera, so I want to take pictures of my wife. Lin Feng said. Great, great. Zhang Yuxi said happily. The two came to Disneyland. Zhang Yuxi stood in the hall and looked around. Looking at the beautiful little animals, she became very happy. Disney's castle and Disney's princess honey, look at the clothes they are wearing. Zhang Yuxi said excitedly. Well, the dress my wife is wearing today is also very beautiful. Some places may not be allowed to enter the clothes they wear because they are wearing the same clothes as the staff in Disney. Lin Feng said. Yes, so try not to wear the same clothes as possible. Otherwise, it may be a waste of time. Zhang Yuxi said. Honey, which one do you like? I'll take you to catch Mickey. Lin Feng said. Well, then over there, Mickey over there is the most beautiful. Let's go catch it. Zhang Yuxi pointed to the left and said. Okay, my wife likes it. I'll accompany you to catch Mickey. And Donald Duck, I'll buy it for you when we go back today and we'll take it back. Lin Feng said with a smile. Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi to catch various cartoon characters. Zhang Yuxi smiled happily, and Lin Feng couldn't help wanting to kiss her. After the two of them played for a while, Zhang Yuxi saw a lot of fun things, and she pulled Lin Feng to play. At this time, the parade of floats in Disney was just about to start. Both sides were surrounded by people of all kinds, a family with children, a couple. Everyone was very excited, and all kinds of cheers. Zhang Yuxi excitedly ran to the side of the float. I'll go and see. Zhang Yuxi said. Wife, slow down, don't fall. Lin Feng said from behind. The car drove slowly in Disneyland. Zhang Yuxi's eyes were wide open, and she kept watching all this. She had never been to this place before, and she had never played here before. This time she was particularly excited. Wife, do you like it? Lin Feng said with a happy smile. Well, it's great. This is my first time in Disneyland. It's really lively. Too many people. Zhang Yuxi said. Well, as long as my wife likes it. Wife, just stand here and don't move. I'll take a picture of you as a souvenir. Lin Feng said. Okay. Zhang Yuxi said. Lin Feng started taking pictures as a souvenir. This was the first time Zhang Yuxi saw such a beautiful scene. Zhang Yuxi smiled happily and took a lot of pictures. Then she started to watch the cartoon characters dressed up by the staff jumping. Zhang Yuxi kept looking at these things and was very happy. The other girls around her were also screaming and cheering. Zhang Yuxi was always immersed in her own happiness. Lin Feng just accompanied Zhang Yuxi like this, watching her happiness and watching her happy. Chapter 1606, Family Status Becomes Lower? Honey, look at that person, she's so pretty, and that person looks like a Barbie doll. I want to touch that person's face, but my hands can't touch that person. Zhang Yuxi pointed at the little girl and said. Well, as long as my wife likes it, let's go and have a look later. We'll buy you whatever my wife wants. Lin Feng said. Honey, I really like these things. I haven't had so much fun playing for a long time. Zhang Yuxi said. Well, we'll buy you whatever my wife wants. In the future, as long as my wife wants to come, we can come again anytime. Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi pulled Lin Feng towards the depths of Disneyland. The two of them were having a lot of fun, and completely forgot about time. Wow, honey, do you see that little kid over there? Wow, so cute. Zhang Yuxi pointed at the little kid playing over there and said. Lin Feng looked in the direction of Zhang Yuxi's finger, and then saw a little girl playing with another little girl, and the little girl looked very happy. Oh my god, so cute. Honey, I hope we can have a daughter in the future. Lin Feng said with a smile. Howdy honey, you are a daughter slave again. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. In the future, we will come to Disneyland once a year. Bring our daughter with us. Lin Feng said. Yes, we can come when we have a baby in the future. Honey is really a daughter control. What if my family status becomes lower? Zhang Yuxi said. How can my wife's status become lower? No matter when, even if we have a child, my wife will always be the first in my heart. Lin Feng said. Okay, I believe you. Honey, I really want to eat ice cream, can I? Zhang Yuxi said. Of course. Let's go. And the ice cream at Disney is all Mickey Mouse head, very cute. Lin Feng said. Yes, honey, how do you know so much? Zhang Yuxi said. I did my homework, after all, I brought my wife to play. Lin Feng said. Then the two went to buy ice cream. Honey, don't eat too much. Your period will start in a week. You have to be careful. You are allowed to eat one today. Lin Feng said. Thank you, husband. You are so nice, husband. Zhang Yuxi said. Hey. Lin Feng smiled proudly and happily. Lin Feng took an ice cream and handed it to Zhang Yuxi. Try it. It should taste good. Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi said. Zhang Yuxi took the ice cream and took a bite. It tastes really good and sweet. Zhang Yuxi said. If it tastes good, eat more. Honey, you eat it too. I'll try it too. It's so sweet. Lin Feng said. It's really sweet. Lin Feng said. The two passed by a decoration store, which was full of things that girls liked. Honey, let's go in and take a look. See if there's anything you like. Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Then Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng walked into the store, and Lin Feng began to pick things for Zhang Yuxi. Honey, let's take a look. I like this Mickey bow. Lin Feng kept introducing it to Zhang Yuxi. I saw a lot of girls wearing this Mickey headband. Let's choose a bright red one. It just matches the white dress my wife is wearing today. Lin Feng said. Well, honey, you decide. Zhang Yuxi said. Lin Feng began to choose a headband. Boss, get me a red bow. Lin Feng said. After hearing what Lin Feng said, Zhang Yuxi stretched out her finger and poked Lin Feng's arm, and said with a smile. Honey, it should be very cute to wear this. Zhang Yuxi pointed to a red bow and said. Since we are already in Disney, of course we have to dress up like a princess and match the elements here. Lin Feng nodded and said to Zhang Yuxi with a smile. Then Zhang Yuxi put on the Mickey headband that Lin Feng chose for her, and smiled at herself in the mirror. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and started to giggle. Honey, do I look good in it? Zhang Yuxi said playfully, shaking her head. Of course. My wife is the most beautiful. Lin Feng said with some pride. Because since they just entered Disneyland, many men have been shining their eyes when they see Zhang Yuxi, and their eyes stay on her. After all, Zhang Yuxi's temperament is really charming, attracting many men's attention. She is like this wherever she goes, always the focus. Honey, the castle here is so beautiful. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. After seeing it, Lin Feng laughed happily. Honey, if you like, we can buy a castle villa. Lin Feng said. What? We have too many houses now and can't live in it. And living in a castle is too big, it's cold and lonely, so forget it. Zhang Yuxi said. It's okay, you can ask your girlfriends to accompany you when the time comes. You don't have to live there all the time, just go and live there if you want. Occasionally we can go there to have fun and relax when we have a party. Lin Feng said. A castle, honey. That's not cheap. We have enough houses, we won't buy another one. In the future, just take some time every year to come to Disneyland here to have fun. Zhang Yuxi said. Well, honey, I'll listen to you. Lin Feng said. But he had already decided to start working on the castle when he got back. As long as it was something Zhang Yuxi liked, he could do it. Then he would give her a big surprise. Well, let's go. Keep shopping, Zhang Yuxi said. The two continued to walk forward, and Zhang Yuxi looked at the various toys placed next to them from time to time. Honey, I want that one. Zhang Yuxi pointed to a toy and said. Okay. Honey, buy whatever you like. Honey, pay for it. Lin Feng nodded and said. Honey, how do you know I like to play with these? Zhang Yuxi asked as she walked. I'm your husband, of course I need to know what you like and what you don't like, as long as my wife is happy. Lin Feng said with a smile. At this time, he showed a trace of happy smile on his face. He loved Zhang Yuxi so much, how could he not know what she liked? Although Zhang Yuxi didn't know what Lin Feng was laughing at, she couldn't help laughing when she saw that Lin Feng was so happy. At this time, she found that Lin Feng beside her really looked like a child when he laughed. Such Lin Feng made her feel good. She also felt that Lin Feng was very handsome, gentle and manly. Chapter 1607 Pay the rent on time. Hubby, I suddenly realized that you are so handsome. Hubby, how many children do you think we should have in the future? If we have a son, he will be as handsome as you. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Huh? Suddenly realized. You mean I wasn't handsome before? Boys or girls, I like both. I prefer a daughter, he. How about having a boy and a girl to make a good word, and let my wife take the lead? She can have as many children as she wants. Lin Feng said. No, my husband has always been handsome. Hate it, I'm not a sow, how difficult is it to raise a child now? Besides, why are we talking about this topic again? I can't avoid the issue of having children, ha ha ha. Zhang Yuxi said. Silly wife, you are the one who brought up the topic. I just said it before, anyway, I will take my wife as the standard. Lin Feng said. No, I just saw that you are so handsome, and suddenly the idea of having children popped up in my mind. Zhang Yuxi said. It would be better to have a daughter who looks like my wife, she must be very beautiful. After all, my wife is so beautiful and has good genes. Lin Feng said. Then it would be best if we could have twins. One looks like you and the other looks like me. Zhang Yuxi said. It's not easy to have children, and my wife is the most important. So my wife is the main one. She can have as many children as she wants. But for your health, it doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl, you can have one. Lin Feng said. Lin Feng's words were very simple, but they had a different meaning in Zhang Yuxi's ears. She looked at Lin Feng, her eyes full of warm light. Okay, let's not talk about this. I can't get around this topic lately. Let's talk about it later. Zhang Yuxi said. The two continued to walk forward, and at this time Zhang Yuxi suddenly felt a little hungry, and she wanted to find something to eat to fill her stomach. At this time, Zhang Yuxi stopped and looked forward. Not far away, she saw someone selling grilled chicken wings, so she walked towards that side. Honey, grilled chicken wings. So fragrant. Zhang Yuxi said. Greedy ghost. Let's go, I'll buy it for you. Lin Feng said with a doting look on his face. He pulled Zhang Yuxi to the grilled chicken wings stall. At this time, all the pedestrians on the road looked at them, their eyes full of envy and jealousy. In this way, the two continued to visit Disneyland. Seeing Zhang Yuxi so happy, Lin Feng felt very happy. So he thought silently in his heart that he would bring Zhang Yuxi to Disneyland every year in the future. Husband, this is so beautiful, do you think it looks good? Zhang Yuxi put the bracelet on her left wrist. It looks good. Whatever my wife wears will look good. This pink one suits you very well. This blue one is also okay. Lin Feng said. That purple one is also okay. Purple is also good. That black one is also okay. Zhang Yuxi pointed to one of the bracelets and said. Black is not bad either. My wife has fair skin, and the black one matches your skin color very well. One of each color. It can also be a souvenir. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. Okay, I'll listen to you. I'll bring one back to each of my roommates and girlfriends. Little gifts. What color cartoon characters do you think they are? Zhang Yuxi tilted her head and said. Honey, you can choose. You are the one who knows them best. Lin Feng said. Well, Xiaoyu is carefree and suitable for red, Li Yi is noisy and suitable for green, I think it is more energetic ha 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 ha. As for Su Anna, She is more stable and generous, suitable for blue. Okay, it's decided. Zhang Yuxi thought for a while and said, my wife is suitable for white, simple. But I still suggest that my wife get one of each color. Lin Feng said. Okay. Zhang Yuxi heard Lin Feng's suggestion, thought for a while and said, just do as you say. Zhang Yuxi said. After Zhang Yuxi chose the bracelet, Lin Feng bought her a silver bracelet with a butterfly carved on it, which was lifelike and beautiful. Husband, thank you. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. We are husband and wife, what are you thanking me for? There's no need to be polite between us. Lin Feng stroked Zhang Yuxi's hair and said with a smile. The two of them walked around the various shops in Disneyland for almost an hour, and Lin Feng bought a lot of small things for Zhang Yuxi. Wife, stand in front of the castle and I'll take a picture of you. Lin Feng said. Yeah, okay. But, husband, you have to take a better picture of me. The key is to look thin and tall. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Wife is tall and thin. People who are good looking are beautiful in any picture. Lin Feng said. How you only know how to coax me? What if the picture you take is not good looking? I don't care. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay. I will definitely take a good picture. My photography skills have improved, don't worry, wife. Okay. I trust you for now, let the work speak for itself. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. The two came to the front of the castle of Disney. Many people were walking around here and gathered here to take pictures. Honey, are you ready? Yes. Let's start. Honey, you can be more casual. Lin Feng said. I know. Zhang Yuxi said. Lin Feng took the camera and took a lot of photos of Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi's figure was instantly captured by Lin Feng and recorded in the phone. Ha ha ha. Honey, you are so cute. Like a fairy. Lin Feng said. Really? Did you take a picture of me that was crooked? That's why you say I'm cute. Zhang Yuxi came over and said. Of course my wife is cute, how can my wife be ugly? Look, many men are eyeing you now, I have to keep a close eye on you. Lin Feng put his arm around Zhang Yuxi's shoulders and said jokingly. Huh? Other girls are eyeing you too. Zhang Yuxi pretended to be angry and said. My wife, I only belong to you in this world. You must not let other girls take me away. Lin Feng said jokingly. Don't worry. Someone is trying to snatch you away, I'll give you up, Zhang Yuxi said with a grin. What? I find that my wife is getting more and more naughty. Great. I just like your bully personality. Lin Feng smiled and said. My husband is so handsome, a sunny boy, he's talented, capable and rich. How can I bear to give him up to someone else, who's trying to snatch you away from me? I've tied you to myself, you've already lived in my heart, so you can't leave because you have to pay the rent on time, Zhang Yuxi said with a grin. Wife, what you said is too profound, I don't understand. Lin Feng shook his head and spoke pretending to be innocent. Chapter 1608 The world's most beautiful woman. You are the smartest. Then I'll change the word. For example, I have fattened you up. When the time comes to eat meat, you have to be responsible. Zhang Yuxi said as she approached Lin Feng and spoke. Ha ha ha, my wife is so talented, and your thinking is so jumpy. Lin Feng laughed. Then if I say you are a pig, you will definitely not refute me, because you are a pig. Zhang Yuxi teased. My wife is really getting cuter and cuter. Then should I tie you to my body too? Lin Feng said with a smile. Ha ha ha, husband, we are really a perfect match. Zhang Yuxi said. Wife, I am embarrassed that you praise me like this. If you are embarrassed, don't call me wife anymore. Zhang Yuxi said. Wife. Zhang Yuxi smiled when she heard Lin Feng calling her wife. Wife, 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 wife. Lin Feng smiled and said. It's so noisy. Hate. Zhang Yuxi said. Ho ha ho ha. Wife, put on your bow headband. Stand by the fence, I'll continue taking pictures of you. Lin Feng said. Oh, okay. Honey, take more pictures so that it's easier to choose the pictures when we go back. Zhang Yuxi responded and stood by the fence. I know, honey. Come on, smile. Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi smiled brightly when she heard what Lin Feng said. You smile so cute. Come on, take another picture of you. Come on, smile even sweeter. Wife, your expression is so sweet. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Wife, you are so cute. Lin Feng said with a smile. He was completely immersed in the atmosphere of taking pictures of Zhang Yuxi, because looking at her lively and cute expression in the camera, Lin Feng couldn't help but be fascinated. Honey, you are really annoying. Are you taking the pictures seriously? You're always laughing at me. Are you secretly taking ugly pictures of me? Zhang Yuxi said. I know. Honey, wait a minute, I'll take another picture for you. Lin Feng said with a smile. Honey, you're so slow. Zhang Yuxi said with a pout. I'm afraid I'll delay your photo shoot. One more picture. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay. Lin Feng nodded and agreed. Come on, honey, let's take a picture of you smiling. Ha ha ha. Lin Feng said with a smile. The two began to take pictures again. This time, they took a long time and stopped taking pictures. I'm so tired. I can't take pictures anymore. Honey, look at my ugly poses. Zhang Yuxi said. How can it be ugly? This is the real and natural way. I think it looks good. Honey, no matter how you take pictures, you're beautiful. Lin Feng said. You're just flattering me. Zhang Yuxi said. I'm not flattering you. I'm telling the truth. Honey, your smile is really beautiful. Look at the angle I took the picture from. Your smile is the best picture. Lin Feng said, pointing to Zhang Yuxi's bright smile on the phone screen. I have never seen such a beautiful smile like yours. Your smile is a smile that I will never forget. Lin Feng said. Okay, since you are so sincere, I will forgive you. Zhang Yuxi said. Wife, you are so considerate. Wife, you are so nice. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi with deep affection and said. Are you flattering me again? Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes and said. Wife, I am not. Wife, you are wronging me. What I said to you is sincere, wife. Lin Feng said seriously. You are really a fool. Why don't you say I love you? Zhang Yuxi said. My eyes are full of love. My heart is also full of love. My actions are all love. Lin Feng said seriously. Ho ha ho ha. You are the best at talking. Zhang Yuxi laughed while holding her stomach and said. I'm serious. I really love you. Whenever I see your smile, I feel so happy. Honey, let's take another photo together. Lin Feng said. Yes, honey, I love you too. Zhang Yuxi said. So, the two of them took photos again. Zhang Yuxi secretly kissed Lin Feng on the cheek, and the camera just happened to capture this scene. Honey, this photo is so good. Look, your profile is so beautiful. Lin Feng said with a smile. When we go back later, print this photo out and I'll frame it. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay. By the way, print one and put it in the company office. Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi nodded happily. They walked around Disneyland and stopped to have fun until about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, when they decided to leave the amusement park. Oh, my legs are sore. Zhang Yuxi said. Honey, how about I carry you? No, honey, come on, I'll carry you. Lin Feng said. How maybe I've gained weight recently, and you can't carry me. Zhang Yuxi smiled and said. If you gain weight, then so be it. Anyway, I like you to gain weight. It looks good no matter what, and besides, my wife is not fat at all. With your physique, you won't get fat no matter how much you eat. Lin Feng said. Ha 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 ha. Husband, are you sure you're telling the truth? Zhang Yuxi pouted and said. Wife, my heart for you will never change. I will always like you as always, and I will always love you with my heart, without any hypocrisy. Wife, you believe me. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. Believe you? Of course I believe you. Zhang Yuxi said. If I don't believe you, can I still live with you? Stupid husband. Zhang Yuxi continued to speak. Honey, don't worry. I will work hard to be a competent husband, so that you will have no worries about food and clothing in the future, and you don't have to worry about anything. I will make you happy every day. I know my wife has always been the most beautiful woman in the world. My husband has always been very proud because you are my wife. Lin Feng said. Honey, you are also my pride. You are the best and most outstanding husband in the world. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Honey, let's go. I'll take you to dinner. There is a very high-end restaurant near Disney. The taste is also unique. Lin Feng said. Okay, Zhang Yuxi nodded and said. Let's go to the entrance of Disney first. Master Li has already driven over. Lin Feng said. Later, when the two arrived at the entrance of Disney, Master Li had already prepared the car and was waiting. Chapter 1609, Wine Lover. Mr. Lin, Mrs. Lin, you are here. Master Li said. Master Li, let's go now. I have just sent you the address of the restaurant, just go there. Lin Feng said. Okay. Master Li nodded and said. Wife, let's take a car. It will take about half an hour. Lin Feng said. Okay. Zhang Yuxi nodded and followed Lin Feng into the car. Master Li drove Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng towards the destination. Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi to the restaurant near Disney, and Master Li stopped the car. They got out of the car. Master Li, thank you for your hard work. Lin Feng said to Master Li. Mr. Lin, you are welcome. This is what I should do, as long as you need it. Besides, I am also an employee of the Lin Group, and this is what I should do. Master Li said. Well, Master Li, I have also reserved a seat for you. You can arrange the dinner time later. Lin Feng said. Boss Lin, I can just find a place to eat. How can I trouble Boss Lin to personally reserve a table for me? Master Li said, a little embarrassed. It's okay, you've worked hard today. Have a good meal and relax. Lin Feng said lightly. Boss Lin, thank you so much. How can I? Master Li said. Uncle Li, it's okay. Nothing is more important than eating, right? It's time for dinner now. You've worked hard too. Zhang Yuxi said on the side. Mr. Lin, this is what I should do. I'm on the salary given by Boss Lin, so it's my job. Master Li said. So I really can't. Such a high-end restaurant, I'm a country bumpkin. Master Li said, a little embarrassed. Master Li, how about this, you arrange the time for dinner yourself. Come over around 9 o'clock. We're almost full by then. Lin Feng said. Okay, Boss Lin. Wish Boss Lin and Mrs. Lin a pleasant dinner. Master Li said and left. Zhang Yuxi looked up at Lin Feng as Master Li left. Hubby, I find that you are really considerate and a very good CEO. If everyone can meet someone like you, I guess they would be very happy. Zhang Yuxi said. Haha, silly wife. I also look at people. Not everyone can let me treat them like this. Master Li is a very upright and loyal person. I feel at ease letting him do things. Lin Feng said. Well, husband, sometimes I find that you have a very broad vision. The same is true for your vision. Zhang Yuxi said. You have come into contact with many things, so these are necessary. Otherwise, how can you manage so many companies and so many people? Lin Feng smiled and said. But husband, you have a characteristic. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. What characteristic? Lin Feng asked. That is, you are very good to your friends and people around you. That's why I like you. Zhang Yuxi said. Haha, but the most important thing in my heart is you. I will always be faithful to you and will never change. Lin Feng smiled and said. Hug, Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly. Lin Feng immediately reached out and hugged Zhang Yuxi. Okay, let's go eat. Is your stomach growling? Lin Feng said. I'm really hungry. Zhang Yuxi nodded and touched her stomach and said. Silly, let's go. I'll take you to eat delicious food. Lin Feng said with a smile. The two walked hand in hand towards the restaurant. The two walked into the restaurant. Hello, are you two, sir and lady? The restaurant waiter immediately said when he saw Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng. Well, it's already reserved. Lin Feng said lightly. Okay, please come in. Please wait a moment. The restaurant waiter said. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi sat in a window seat, so that Zhang Yuxi could see the beautiful night view of Disney. After all, he had done his homework before coming, and the window seat was very difficult to reserve, but Lin Feng still had the ability to reserve it. Wife, take a look at the menu. Is there anything you want to eat? Lin Feng said. Well, okay. Zhang Yuxi took the menu and looked through it carefully. Soon Zhang Yuxi picked out what she wanted to eat. Honey, you choose the rest. Zhang Yuxi handed the menu to Lin Feng and said. Well, okay. Lin Feng ordered a few dishes and returned the menu to the waiter. Wife, would you like some red wine? Lin Feng asked. I just drank it at noon today. Well, then give me a bottle. Zhang Yuxi said. Well, okay. Lin Feng said with a smile. Please give me a bottle of red wine. Bordeaux from 1982, thank you. Lin Feng waved his hand and said to the waiter. Okay, sir. Please wait a moment. The waiter said. Soon, the waiter brought the red wine and pre-dinner dessert. Wife, try these. How does it taste? Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and asked. Well, It tastes great. It tastes really good. It's really delicious. Hubby, your taste is getting better and better. I must learn from you in the future. I'm not really familiar with this red wine. Zhang Yuxi said. Haha, okay, as long as you want to learn, I will definitely teach you. Because my husband is very good. Lin Feng said proudly. My husband is really good at wine. My husband likes to collect all kinds of famous wine lovers. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Well, this wine is the most expensive wine in France. Petrus, the king of Bordeaux red wine. Some people also call it Petrus, Cantonese transliteration. This is also a top-notch red wine that is hard to come by. It became famous after being purchased by the owner, Mrs. Longba, in 1925, so there are naturally many wealthy and powerful people around her. In order to build the popularity and grade of Petrus, the wife first increased the price of Petrus. At the same time, she also spent a lot of money on grape planting and brewing. Lin Feng was seriously popularizing science to Zhang Yuxi. Well, then what? Zhang Yuxi also listened with great interest. If there is not enough sunlight during the picking process, the owner will use a helicopter to blow the grape juice dry before picking. During the brewing process, they will also use brand new oak barrels to age the grape juice for 1 to 2 years, and change the oak barrels every 3 months. This practice of sparing no expense has never been matched by anyone so far. Lin Feng said. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 1610, A Beauty's Smile. Yes, indeed. But it should be the high standards of the owner that have made the wine so popular today. Zhang Yuxi said. Yes, because of the strict and costly brewing, the exquisite and noble products, and the marketing in the aristocratic circle, Petrus quickly became popular in the upper-class circle. Even when Elizabeth II was engaged, Petrus red wine became the delicacy in the cups of royal aristocrats. A fine wine that can enter the aristocratic circle is naturally very aristocratic in price. Currently, a new vintage Petrus on the market has reached 20,000 yuan, and the old vintage will naturally cost more. Lin Feng said. Come on, wife, try it again. Because it is brewed from old vine grapes, it tastes like the silkiness of mature old puer. Lin Feng said. Well, the taste is really good. Sweet and mellow, with waves of sweetness, and the smell. The aroma is elegant, delicate and full, and the layers are relatively rich, with ripe berries, chocolate, licorice, oak aging and other flavors. It seems like I'm going to be in high spirits again, ha ha ha, Zhang Yuxi said. Ha ha ha, wife, you're great. Wife, you tasted all the flavors, amazing. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi's intoxicated expression and said. The main reason is that I have a husband who knows a lot about wine. I learned from you, so I naturally know a little bit. Zhang Yuxi said. You are worthy of being my woman, Lin Feng. Lin Feng smiled and said when he heard Zhang Yuxi's words. Wife, I think the taste of this wine is especially suitable for you. I have a bottle of 1979 vintage in my wine cabinet at home, and I will buy other vintages later. Put it at home, you can drink it anytime you want in the future. Lin Feng smiled and said. Well, okay, thank you, husband. Zhang Yuxi said when she heard Lin Feng's words. Hubby, I feel like you're always thinking about me. You're so nice to me, you spoil me in everything. How come I'm so lucky to meet you? Zhang Yuxi said with a happy face. Silly wife, who else can I spoil if I don't spoil you? You're my wife, of course I have to give you the best. Besides, I'm also very lucky to meet you, my wife. Do you know? I was amazed by you when I first saw you, and I fell in love with you at that time. I went there for you at the beginning, and I still do now. You attract me every day, and you fill my mind. Lin Feng said. You just know how to talk with your mouth. But why do you always say things I like to hear? I love you too, stupid. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Heady wife, eat quickly. Try the beef from this restaurant. Lin Feng picked up some food for Zhang Yuxi and said. Well, okay. Hubby will eat too. Zhang Yuxi smiled and nodded and said. Is it delicious? Honey, is it suitable for your taste? Lin Feng asked. Very delicious. The beef here is especially delicious. Very meaty, not at all dry. Zhang Yuxi said. There is a steak restaurant nearby. I'll take you to try it when I come over later. I heard it's also very good. Lin Feng said. Good. The beef here is a little sweet and a little spicy. But it's okay, not very spicy. Zhang Yuxi said. Yes, it's a little spicy. Honey, if you don't want to eat spicy food, don't eat it. I'll order another one that's not spicy. Lin Feng said. Oh, it's okay, husband. It's delicious because it's a little spicy. Okay, that's it. I think it's just right for me. Zhang Yuxi said. Good. Then let's eat more. Lin Feng said with a smile. Eat more, and you should eat more too. Zhang Yuxi said. Wife, try this abalone. They are very tasteful in the presentation. They use only top quality ingredients. Lin Feng said. Yes, hubby, you should eat soon too. Zhang Yuxi smiled and nodded and said. Hubby, you are so nice, you are such a considerate man. Do you think I must have saved the Milky Way in my previous life to meet you? Zhang Yuxi said with a happy face. My wife is here again, expressing her feelings again. Haha, I think so too. We are really destined by heaven. Yes, wife, you are so right. Haha, but do you mean we were husband and wife in our previous life? When Lin Feng heard Zhang Yuxi's words, he burst into laughter and almost choked. Cough cough cough, cough cough cough. Lin Feng said after coughing several times. Haha, why are you so excited, husband? I didn't say we were husband and wife in our previous life, you don't have to be so excited. Ha ha ha. Husband, your reaction is so cute. Don't you think you are very cute like this? Look at you now, you are like a child. You are a big CEO, but you are so lively and cute. Zhang Yuxi laughed while holding her belly. But in fact, she said this with her mouth, but she was really happy in her heart. Because Zhang Yuxi felt that only in front of her, Lin Feng would show such a cute and childish side. In front of many employees, as a CEO, he always has a serious side. After all, his identity is there, and he still has to show his majestic side at work. Only in front of the person he loves the most will he show the other side. In fact, Zhang Yuxi likes Lin Feng's childish and cute moments sometimes. When he is like that, Zhang Yuxi will feel that she has really found a boyfriend worth entrusting her life to. Zhang Yuxi also hopes that Lin Feng has such a side. But now Lin Feng has shown such a side in front of her. Wife, you say that to me, I'm very sad. You said that I'm the president of a big group, but you actually described me as a child. I feel wronged. I'm so handsome, how can I be described as a child? Lin Feng pretended to be pitiful and said. PFFT. Ha ha ha, idiot. Husband, you have to remember that you can only show this side of yourself in front of me. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Okay. Only in front of the person you love will you expose your childish side. That's because my wife is the person I love the most. Lin Feng said. This is called contrast cuteness. Husband, sometimes it's because of this that you are particularly attractive. Oh no, attract me, he. Zhang Yuxi said. Attracting you is enough, I don't need to attract others. Being able to make my wife smile is what I care most about. Lin Feng smiled and said. Husband, you really say sweet words casually. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. I'm telling the truth. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. Chapter 1611 Go home tonight and kneel on the keyboard. Wife, let me peel the crab for you. Pen tip. Thank you, dear husband. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Zhang Yuxi watched Lin Feng peel the crab, picked up the chopsticks and began to eat the crab slowly. Wife, is this crab delicious? Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. It's delicious, very fresh. Come on, husband, try it too. Zhang Yuxi said as she picked up the crab meat for Lin Feng to eat. Lin Feng smiled and ate it. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi eating crabs, his eyes flashing with a strong doting look. Wife, eat more, I'm worried that you won't be full. If you lose weight, my parents will blame me. It would be terrible if they think I made you suffer with me. Lin Feng said with concern. How could that be? Look at my belly, it's so round, I'm full. You take care of me so well, my parents can't wait to be happy. Zhang Yuxi touched her belly and said. Hey, honey, you are so right. I just want to take care of you until you are fat and white. That way you will love me to death. Lin Feng heard what Zhang Yuxi said and said with a smile. Hate it, I don't want to be fat. Husband, you are talking more and more disgustingly, what should I do? I'm afraid I can't help laughing. Zhang Yuxi said. What are you laughing at? That's right, I take good care of you, and my parents-in-law are relieved. Lin Feng said. I have taken very, very, very good care of you. I take care of you in every possible way, and you eat delicious food and drink spicy drinks every day. Zhang Yuxi said. Whatever you want to eat, you can have it. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi said in unison. Ha wife, I find that we have a tacit understanding when we are together. Lin Feng said. Yeah, my husband is right. We really have such a good understanding. Hubby, have some meat. Zhang Yuxi nodded and said with a smile. Yeah. Lin Feng replied happily. So, Zhang Yuxi picked up a piece of pork ribs for Lin Feng. Lin Feng was not polite and ate it directly. Sure enough, the meat my wife picked up is very fragrant. Wife, you are so nice. Lin Feng praised. Hey, the king of flattery. I knew my husband treats me the best. Yeah, my husband treats me the best. Zhang Yuxi smiled and nodded frantically. Of course. Lin Feng replied while eating. Hubby, you are really getting naughty. Zhang Yuxi stretched out her hand and pinched Lin Feng's face and said. Wife, you are getting more and more beautiful. Your skin is getting more and more tender. Lin Feng said with a smile. Hubby, you are getting more and more handsome, your skin is getting better, and you are getting younger and younger. Honey, you praise me like this, I am really shy. Honey, you see I am thin-skinned, I will blush. Lin Feng said shyly. Ha, you are shy, you stinky hooligan. You are shameless, you are so shameless, I am ashamed for you. No, I am dying of laughter. Ha, honey, I am almost laughing cramps. Zhang Yuxi laughed so hard that her stomach hurt. Shhh. Be low-key, I want to be more ladylike. Zhang Yuxi said, covering her mouth. If you laugh again, I will kiss you. Lin Feng said seriously. If you dare to kiss me, I will bite you, make your nose bleed, and make your facial features mutilated, Zhang Yuxi said in a pretended threat. Wife, are you willing to do it? If you dare to bite me, I will bite you and make you bleed from the nose. Lin Feng grinned and raised his eyebrows at Zhang Yuxi. If you dare, I will make you bleed from the nose. Try it. Zhang Yuxi snorted coldly. Well, then I will try it and let you know if I dare or not. Lin Feng felt funny and interesting when he heard Zhang Yuxi's arrogant tone and expression. Okay, then let's try it. If you dare to kiss me, I will bite you and see who bites who first, Zhang Yuxi pouted and said. Wife, then you have to be careful, I won't show mercy. Lin Feng said with a smile on his face. Come on. Let's hurt each other. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Wife, we have a deal. We have to bite each other's teeth. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said with a smirk. Yeah, okay, we can bite each other's teeth and bite each other. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. This. Your expression is wrong. Bad guy, are you trying to trick me? Zhang Yuxi said. While speaking, Zhang Yuxi stretched out her hand and pinched Lin Feng's arm. Hiss. Lin Feng gasped in pain. Ha, you deserve it. Zhang Yuxi said. Ouch, it hurts so much. Wife, how could you do such a heavy hand? Wife, you are so cruel, you are trying to murder your husband. Lin Feng shouted, covering his arm. Who told you to tease me? If I'm not a little cruel, how can I let you know how powerful I am? Big bad guy. Zhang Yuxi said. Wife, I was wrong. You shouldn't use violence, you should know that my temper is not very good. Don't make me angry, otherwise, I don't mind making you unable to get out of bed for 3 days. Lin Feng continued to speak with a smirk. In fact, Zhang Yuxi knew that Lin Feng said this on purpose, because Lin Feng was famous for his good temper towards her, and she certainly knew what Lin Feng's temper was like. Bad guy, you are getting worse and worse. You stinking hooligan. You bully me, I will report you. Zhang Yuxi said with a proud face. Report it if you want, I don't care anyway. You can't do anything to me anyway. Besides, I won't lose anything if I report it, I can still enjoy your tenderness a few more times, right? Lin Feng said with a smile. You bad guy. You stinking hooligan. You big pig's hoof. Mr. Lin, you will pay the consequences for saying these words. Zhang Yuxi raised her eyebrows and said with a smile. Ha. I am a hooligan. I only act like a hooligan to you. Lin Feng said with a smug smile. Wait. Wife, what do you call me? Mr. Lin. Change it back immediately, Call me husband. Lin Feng said. HMPH. No. Who told you to be so arrogant just now? Calling you Mr. Lin is already the best. Do you know you are wrong? Zhang Yuxi said with a smug look on her face. My wife took the opportunity to mess things up. Silly wife, your husband was wrong. Wife, you don't know how much I love you. Go home and kneel in front of the keyboard tonight and let my wife decide for me. Lin Feng smiled and said. Chapter 1612 Confused Childish Ghost. HMPH, I don't want it. If you want to kneel on the keyboard, do it yourself. I don't want it. Zhang Yuxi snorted coldly and pretended to be angry. Then let me think about it. Well, I want to buy my wife bags, cosmetics, lipsticks, watches, gold, cars, villas, castles. Until my wife is satisfied. Lin Feng said. Puff. Stupid. I don't want it. There are enough of these things, don't waste money. You are a pig. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Hey, my wife smiled. Wife, I am willing to give up all these things, I just hope you are happy. Lin Feng said. HMPH, you are sensible. I am not angry now, otherwise it will make me look ungenerous. Zhang Yuxi said. In fact, she was not angry at first, she just wanted to tease Lin Feng deliberately to make him so embarrassed in front of her. Thank you for your magnanimity, my wife. Lin Feng said with a flattering face. I will go to my parents tomorrow and complain to them. They said that you bullied me recently and I am a little proud. Zhang Yuxi said jokingly. Wife, you are wronged. Wife is the greatest, wife is the most important, I love wife the most. Come on, wife, have a piece of meat. Lin Feng said quickly. Huh, you are so slick. Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes at Lin Feng, picked up a piece of meat with chopsticks and put it in her mouth. Zhang Yuxi chewed it twice, and a look of surprise appeared on her face. Wow, it tastes so good. I haven't sung this rib before, it's really delicious. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Really? It's delicious, right? I'll make it for you at home in the future. Lin Feng said. Okay. Let's make a pinky promise. Zhang Yuxi stretched out her little finger and said seriously. Seeing this, Lin Feng smiled and stretched out his little finger, hooking it with Zhang Yuxi's little finger. The two index fingers were tightly hooked together. Wife, you are such a confused and childish kid. But I like you very much. I like you like this, no matter what you do, even if you are just like a confused kid. In fact, I also hope that you can always be as simple and innocent as a child. So I have to protect you well. Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi's heart warmed up when she heard that, with a happy smile on her face. Thank you, husband. Husband, I toast you a glass. Zhang Yuxi said, holding up the red wine glass. Okay. Wife, you're welcome. Lin Feng nodded in agreement. Zhang Yuxi picked up the wine glass and clinked it with Lin Feng's glass, then drank the red wine. Wife, drink slowly. Lin Feng tilted his head back and drank the red wine. Lin Feng put the empty wine glass on the table, and then poured another glass for Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi picked up the wine glass and clinked it with Lin Feng's glass. Zhang Yuxi gently sipped the red wine in the glass, and her face was pink because of the red wine. Honey, this red wine is really delicious. The more you drink, the better it tastes. Zhang Yuxi said. I'll buy some more and put it at home. You can drink it whenever you want. Lin Feng said. Yes, honey, I'm full. My stomach is so full. Zhang Yuxi touched her stomach and said. Yes, I'm done. Then let's go home. Lin Feng nodded and said. The two walked out of the restaurant, and Lin Feng hugged Zhang Yuxi and walked outside. Zhang Yuxi drank some wine and she felt a little tired. At this time, Master Li had been waiting outside for a long time. Mr. Lin, Mrs. Lin, please. Master Li opened the car door and said. Uncle Li, thank you. Zhang Yuxi said in a tired tone. You're welcome, Mrs. Lin. Master Li said. Lin Feng hugged Zhang Yuxi and sat in the back seat. Master Li started the car and drove towards home. Wife, we're going home. Lin Feng said. Yes, home. Zhang Yuxi said. She quietly nestled in Lin Feng's arms, tightly holding Lin Feng's arm. The atmosphere in the car became very ambiguous. Zhang Yuxi felt the male hormones coming from Lin Feng, and a happy smile appeared on her face. Husband, you smell so good. Zhang Yuxi looked up at Lin Feng and said softly. Really? Wife? It's been a day of playing, and there is only the smell of sweat. Lin Feng said with a smile. Husband, you have a faint fragrance. Zhang Yuxi said. Really? Wife, are you sure? Lin Feng said. Yes. Zhang Yuxi nodded. Then let me smell it. What is the smell on your body? Lin Feng said. Lin Feng smelled the scent on Zhang Yuxi's body, then closed his eyes and took a deep breath, and said, It's a sweet scent. My wife smells so good. Hate it. How sweet. The perfume I use today has a very light scent. Zhang Yuxi blushed when she heard Lin Feng's words, and stared at Lin Feng with her beautiful big eyes. Haha. Wife, I'm just kidding. You little devil, if you stare at me again, I can't help but kiss you. Lin Feng said. Kiss me, kiss me. I'll stare at you, and you bite me. Zhang Yuxi made a face at Lin Feng. Lin Feng smiled helplessly when he heard it, thinking that his wife was getting more and more cunning. Zhang Yuxi's little mouth pouted, looking very tempting. Wife, you are getting more and more beautiful and charming. I can't help but want to swallow you into my stomach. Lin Feng whispered in Zhang Yuxi's ear. Hate it, husband, you are so bad. Zhang Yuxi whispered. I love you, my little devil, so much that I can never love you enough. Wife, what do you think I should do? Lin Feng asked with a distressed look. No, you can't touch me. If you dare to touch me, I will run away from home and never talk to you again. Zhang Yuxi pouted and threatened. Okay, don't touch me, let's go home. Lin Feng agreed. After all, Master Li was still driving in front, so he had to be more careful. Zhang Yuxi leaned on Lin Feng's shoulder with a happy smile on her face. On the way home, Zhang Yuxi snuggled in Lin Feng's arms and talked to him from time to time. Honey, look. The night sky's so beautiful, it's full of stars. Zhang Yuxi pointed to the sky outside the car window and said. Zhang Yuxi saw the bright starry sky, and the shining stars were particularly bright. Zhang Yuxi felt like a bright diamond. Because she now has Raymond lamp shining on her all the time, she looks particularly dazzling. Chapter 1613 The Annoying Little Fairy. At night, Lin Feng followed Zhang Yuxi's gaze and saw a bright night sky with beautiful stars. Wife, do you like it? Lin Feng asked Zhang Yuxi when he saw her so happy. Yes. Zhang Yuxi nodded quickly. I'll take you to see the stars sometime in the future. You can ask Chen Kun and your girlfriends to go with you. There's a canyon where you can see the most beautiful night sky. Lin Feng said. Really? Okay. It will be fun if we go together. Zhang Yuxi said excitedly. But that canyon is so far away. We have to drive for a long time to get there. So, summer vacation happens to be in the summer, and that's the best time to see it. Let's arrange the time and go together. But it depends on luck. If you are lucky, the night sky will be more beautiful if the weather is good at night. Lin Feng said while holding Zhang Yuxi's soft and boneless little hand. Yes. Then I'll wait for you to take me to see the night sky. I believe we will be lucky. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Okay, I will definitely take you. I'll take our parents on a trip during the summer vacation, and then arrange the time after I come back. Lin Feng said. Yes, okay. I listen to my husband. Zhang Yuxi said. Yes. Wife, you are so good. Lin Feng kissed Zhang Yuxi's cheek and said. I am good. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Seeing this, Lin Feng stretched out his hand and pinched Zhang Yuxi's nose, and said with a smile, You are just a little goblin, I can't do anything to you. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng with a smile, her eyes full of tenderness. Lin Feng understood Zhang Yuxi's eyes. Wife, what is that look in your eyes? Don't you know that I am seducing you? Lin Feng whispered to Zhang Yuxi and joked. If you don't want to be seduced, you can ignore me. Zhang Yuxi blinked her big eyes at Lin Feng, then smiled and said. I am your man, you seduce me, of course I will not refuse. Annoying little goblin. Lin Feng said with a doting look. Hey, then husband, you should be prepared to be seduced by me. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Okay, husband, wait. Lin Feng said. Hey, you are the man I love the most. Who else can I seduce if I don't seduce you? Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly to Lin Feng. Wife, you are so cute. How can I not like you like this? Lin Feng said with a look of being unable to stop. I heard that praising a girl for being cute is because she is not pretty enough. Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly. You are both beautiful and cute, both pure and sexy. In short, all the advantages are gathered in one. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi with a wicked face and said. So, my wife, You always make me want more. Then Lin Feng leaned close to Zhang Yuxi's ear and bit her and whispered. Ah! Zhang Yuxi shouted unconsciously. MRS. Lin, what's wrong? What happened? Master Li asked in confusion. I'm fine. Zhang Yuxi blushed instantly and spoke hesitantly. Hey Master Li, drive safely. Lin Feng said. At this time, Master Li also smiled very tactfully and stopped talking. You hate. Lin Feng hid in Lin Feng's arms and said coquettishly. Zhang Yuxi saw Lin Feng's handsome face with a naughty expression, and she felt that her heartbeat was about to stop. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi, who was blushing in his arms, and he felt that his heart was also becoming unusually hot. He felt that he really wanted to eat Zhang Yuxi hard now. The scene in Lin Feng's mind was. He lowered his head and kissed Zhang Yuxi. He pushed Zhang Yuxi down on the car seat, and the two of them hugged each other like this. Husband, why are you staring at me? Zhang Yuxi spoke and interrupted Lin Feng's fantasy. Zhang Yuxi felt the ambiguous and numb feeling, and the whole person was a little dizzy. Wife, should we do something substantial this time? Lin Feng said with a wicked smile. Hate it, you stinky hooligan. What are you thinking about? I don't want to answer you, Zhang Yuxi said a little embarrassedly. After all, Master Li was still driving the car in the driver's seat. Zhang Yuxi was a little shy when Lin Feng talked about more sensitive topics. Lin Feng saw Zhang Yuxi's appearance and couldn't help laughing. His laughter made Zhang Yuxi even more shy, and she wanted to find a hole to crawl into. Wife, let's go home and come back to continue talking about this, okay? Lin Feng said with a smile, blinking at Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi shook her head shyly. No, husband, I don't want to pay attention to you, I will block you for the time being. I want to close my eyes and sleep for a while, I won't pay attention to you. Zhang Yuxi urged. My wife is so cute. Okay, you take a rest, I'll call you when we get home. Lin Feng touched Zhang Yuxi's hair and said. I plan to sleep forever. Zhang Yuxi said with a pout. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and showed a doting smile on his face. He felt that only Zhang Yuxi like this was the most charming. Wife, if you can't wake up, I can only carry you up when we get home later. I also need to help you remove your makeup, take a bath and take care of your skin. This is a big project. Lin Feng deliberately said jokingly. I don't need you. I'll do it myself. You are so bad, you are a big bad guy. Zhang Yuxi said proudly. Wife, how did I become such a bad guy? Okay, silly girl. Take a nap, you must be tired after playing all day today. Lin Feng said gently. Then, Zhang Yuxi lay in Lin Feng's arms and squinted her eyes quietly. After more than half an hour, the car drove to the door of the house. Because there was no class tomorrow, they returned to the villa tonight. Boss Lin, we are here. Master Li said in the car. Well, thank you for your hard work, Master Li. You can go home. Lin Feng said. Then Master Li left. At this time, Zhang Yuxi was sleeping in Lin Feng's arms, probably because she was tired after playing all afternoon today. Lin Feng just looked at Zhang Yuxi in his arms quietly, and couldn't bear to wake her up. Chapter 1614, First Class Massage Technique. After sitting in the car for more than 10 minutes, Zhang Yuxi moved a little. Honey, are we home yet? Zhang Yuxi rubbed her eyes and said. We are here, honey, can I carry you home? Go back and take a bath before going to bed, okay? Lin Feng said in a very gentle tone. Zhang Yuxi nodded dazedly. Then Lin Feng helped Zhang Yuxi unbuckle her seatbelt and got out of the car. He came to the other door and picked up Zhang Yuxi and walked home. My bones are all broken by you, honey. Zhang Yuxi felt that all the bones in her body were about to fall apart when she was hugged by Lin Feng. Honey, if you are heavier, I will not have the strength to hold you. You should take a bath first. Lin Feng said jokingly. What? Honey, do you think I am fat now? Zhang Yuxi woke up immediately and said. No way, I mean you should take a bath first. After you take a shower, I will give you a massage, and your bones will recover well. Lin Feng smiled and said. You are the only one who can speak sweet words. Zhang Yuxi said with a look of surprise. Honey, relax. I will give you a pinch now. Lin Feng said with a smile. Then Lin Feng stretched out his hand and pinched Zhang Yuxi's waist. Zhang Yuxi moaned sensitively. Zhang Yuxi closed her eyes and enjoyed Lin Feng's massage. Lin Feng's massage technique is very superb, and Zhang Yuxi feels very comfortable. So comfortable. I walked all afternoon today and I am exhausted. Zhang Yuxi said with emotion. Honey, let me rub your shoulders again. I will massage your head and back. Lin Feng said while pinching Zhang Yuxi's legs. Okay. Zhang Yuxi said with a happy face. Honey, it feels good. My husband's massage technique is first class. Lin Feng said. I have never tried such a comfortable massage, and I finally experienced it today. Zhang Yuxi said. Then I will practice more and give you a massage every day. Lin Feng said. Okay. I can also give my husband a massage. Husband, are you tired today too? Zhang Yuxi said with her eyes closed while enjoying Lin Feng's massage. Zhang Yuxi's breathing gradually calmed down, and she seemed to have fallen asleep. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi, then gently picked her up. Holding Zhang Yuxi in his arms, he walked towards the bathroom. Silly wife, take a bath quickly. You are so tired, and you still want to give me a massage. Lin Feng said. Okay, I got it, husband. Thank you, husband. Zhang Yuxi nodded and said. Okay. I'll go and run the water for you first. You take off your makeup and wait. Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay. Zhang Yuxi nodded. By the way, wife, after you take a bath, remember to wipe your hair first. Otherwise, wet hair will definitely catch a cold. Then come out and I'll blow your hair for you. Lin Feng said. Okay, I get it. Nagging ghost. Zhang Yuxi said. You dislike me. This is because I love you, so I become so nagging. Lin Feng said. Hey, of course I know. Zhang Yuxi said with a happy face. Okay, silly wife. Come, take a bath. Lin Feng said. Then he put Zhang Yuxi in the bathtub and left the bathroom. Zhang Yuxi soaked in the bathtub, taking a comfortable bath, enjoying the relaxing moment, and soon fell asleep unknowingly. When she fell asleep, Zhang Yuxi found a warm palm on her head. She opened her eyes and saw an enlarged handsome face. Husband, why are you here? This. I fell asleep. Zhang Yuxi said. I knew it, I found you didn't move for a long time outside and didn't come out. I guess you must have fallen asleep. I just added some hot water for you. Lin Feng said to Zhang Yuxi with a gentle look on his face. Husband, you are so nice. Zhang Yuxi said with a sweet face. Husband, I am so sleepy. Husband, can you massage my feet? Husband, I want to drink milk. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng with a coquettish face and said. Okay, wait a moment. Wife, get up and put on your pajamas first. I'll blow your hair. Then I'll give you milk, okay? Lin Feng said hurriedly. After speaking, Lin Feng left the bathroom and went to find milk for Zhang Yuxi. Lin Feng came back soon. At this time, Zhang Yuxi had come out of the bathroom and put on her pajamas. He took the milk powder and handed it to Zhang Yuxi and said, Here, wife, your milk. I bought it recently, try it and see how it tastes. Lin Feng said. Delicious. Zhang Yuxi took the bottle and said. Sit down. I'll blow your hair. Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi sat down obediently and let Lin Feng blow dry her hair. While Lin Feng was blowing Zhang Yuxi's hair, he used his fingers to massage Zhang Yuxi's temples. Soon, Lin Feng's massage made Zhang Yuxi feel that the soreness in her body was gradually reduced. Zhang Yuxi closed her eyes and let Lin Feng massage her. After a while, Zhang Yuxi began to feel sleepy again. Husband, I want to sleep. I don't want to move. Husband, carry me to the bedroom to sleep. Zhang Yuxi yawned and said. Hearing Zhang Yuxi's words, Lin Feng smiled and shook his head. Lin Feng stood up, carried Zhang Yuxi back to the bedroom, and then began to cover Zhang Yuxi with a quilt. Lie down obediently, I will take care of your skin. You are too lazy to even take care of your skin because you are sleepy, right? Although my wife is naturally beautiful, you don't have to indulge in this. Lin Feng said with a smile. Hey. Too tired. Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly. After Lin Feng kissed Zhang Yuxi, he quickly gave Zhang Yuxi a simple skincare. Husband, you seem to be getting more and more handsome. Zhang Yuxi opened her eyes and said. Wife, if you keep praising me like this, I will probably be proud. Lin Feng said with a smile. Of course my husband is the most handsome, no one can compare to you. Zhang Yuxi hugged Lin Feng's arm and said. Haha, okay, wife, you take a rest first. I'll go take a shower and come over to accompany you. Be good. Lin Feng said. Okay, then you hurry up and take a shower, I'll wait for you. Zhang Yuxi said. Yes. You go to bed first, no need to wait for me. I'll come over after I finish taking a shower, be good. Lin Feng said with a smile. Good night, husband. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Good night, wife. Yes. Sweet dreams, wife. Lin Feng said. After that, Lin Feng turned around and went to the bathroom to take a shower. Chapter 1615 Gentle as Water. Lin Feng came out after taking a shower. Seeing Zhang Yuxi sleeping in the bedroom, he came over gently and covered her with a blanket. Then he tiptoed out of the bedroom and closed the door. Lin Feng went to the study and turned on the computer. He checked if there was anything he needed to deal with at work. He sat at the desk, turned on the computer, and started to deal with work. Zhang Yuxi woke up in a daze. Zhang Yuxi opened her eyes, looked around, and found that Lin Feng was not by her side. She sat up and felt sore all over her body. Zhang Yuxi stood up and walked to the bathroom despite the pain. When she came out of the bathroom, she found that the light was still on in the study. Zhang Yuxi opened the door of the study and walked in. Husband, are you still busy? I just woke up and found that you were not there. Zhang Yuxi said aggrievedly. Wife, why did you get up? I was just dealing with work. Wife, I'm sorry, I said I would come to accompany you after taking a shower. I'm fine, let's go back and sleep together. Lin Feng said quickly. What happened at work? Honey, work is important, I'm fine. Have you dealt with it now? Zhang Yuxi said. Yes, it has been dealt with. Don't worry, honey, it's okay. Lin Feng said. While talking, Lin Feng turned off the computer, then came to Zhang Yuxi's side and hugged her. Go to bed. Lin Feng carried Zhang Yuxi to the bedroom. Zhang Yuxi leaned on Lin Feng's shoulder. Smelling the fragrance of shower gel and sweat on Lin Feng's body, she felt very satisfied. This feeling of happiness is really wonderful. Lin Feng carried Zhang Yuxi to the bed and covered her with a quilt. He lowered his head and kissed Zhang Yuxi's forehead, and then touched Zhang Yuxi's little nose. Baby, good night, go to sleep. When you get up tomorrow morning, you may feel a little uncomfortable in your waist. If you feel uncomfortable, tell me. If it doesn't work, I'll find a time to take you to the store for a massage. Lin Feng said. Got it, husband. Zhang Yuxi responded obediently. Come, I'll hold you while you sleep. Lin Feng said. After that, Lin Feng stretched out his arms and took Zhang Yuxi into his arms, hugging her tightly. The two leaned on each other and gradually fell asleep. After Zhang Yuxi fell asleep, a smile hung on the corner of her mouth. Lin Feng also laughed, and he closed his eyes and fell asleep. Soon the sound of breathing sounded, and the two fell asleep. The corners of Lin Feng's mouth rose slightly, as if he had a good dream. Zhang Yuxi's little face also had a slight smile, and it seemed that she had a good dream like Lin Feng. The two leaned on each other like this. The gentle moonlight shone through the gauze window and fell on the two of them, as gentle as water. The next morning, when Lin Feng woke up, he found that Zhang Yuxi was still asleep. Lin Feng lowered his head and kissed Zhang Yuxi's forehead, then whispered. Wife, it's time to get up, the sun is shining on your butt. Zhang Yuxi turned over and continued to sleep. Seeing that Zhang Yuxi was still sleeping, Lin Feng stopped calling her and fell asleep next to her. When Zhang Yuxi woke up, it was already past 9 o'clock. Zhang Yuxi stretched and rubbed her eyes, and found that Lin Feng was sleeping next to her. Husband, you are still sleeping. You were still talking about me this morning, but now the sun is really shining on your butt. Aren't you hungry? I'll get up and make some breakfast. Zhang Yuxi stretched out her hand and pushed Lin Feng. Hungry? Lin Feng said helplessly. If you are hungry, get up and eat quickly. After dinner, let's go shopping in the mall. Buy some things to bring to mom and dad. Then you get up quickly, I'll go brush my teeth and wash my face first, and then make some breakfast. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Zhang Yuxi got off the bed, put on her slippers and prepared to walk out of the room. Seeing that Zhang Yuxi was about to go out, Lin Feng quickly turned over and held Zhang Yuxi's hand. Wife, come here. Hold me for a while. Lin Feng said coquettishly to Zhang Yuxi. Don't. Zhang Yuxi muttered. Wife. Lin Feng continued to act like a spoiled child. Zhang Yuxi was pestered by Lin Feng like this, so she had to go back. She came in front of Lin Feng. Bo. Lin Feng took the opportunity to kiss Zhang Yuxi on the cheek. Disgusting. You haven't brushed your teeth yet and you smell of saliva. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng with disgust and said, "Wife, you are my woman, is there any problem with you kissing me?" Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi with a playful smile and said. Zhang Yuxi smiled but didn't say anything, but her heart was sweet. "Okay, husband, I'll go get some breakfast. We have to go to my parents' house at noon later. We have to go to the mall to buy some things. Time is tight." Zhang Yuxi nodded and said, "Wife, no hurry. Come here, lie down, I want to hug you." Lin Feng waved his hand and said, "Husband, you don't have a fever today, right? Why are you as sticky as glue?" Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. She also touched Lin Feng's forehead with her hand. "Hurry up, wife. I'll hold you for a while." Lin Feng continued to act coquettishly. "Okay, hug. It's too late to wait." Zhang Yuxi hugged Lin Feng and said, "Wife, I'll let the assistant arrange the shopping. He will be ready, you don't need to worry. Also, there's no rush to go to mom and dad. You can go there in the afternoon, I've talked to mom and dad." Lin Feng said, "Okay, I really can't do anything about you. After all, when you go to mom and dad, you have to be polite." Zhang Yuxi said. Lin Feng gently pulled Zhang Yuxi to lie in his arms. Zhang Yuxi felt Lin Feng pressing on her, she reached out and hugged Lin Feng's neck, and put her face on Lin Feng's chest. "Wife, how come you look so beautiful without makeup? Fair and tender." Lin Feng said with his eyes full of Zhang Yuxi. "There's nothing I can do, you're naturally beautiful." Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. "Wife, I love you." Lin Feng hugged Zhang Yuxi and said, "Husband, I love you too." Zhang Yuxi whispered in Lin Feng's ear. Zhang Yuxi's voice was as gentle as silk. After Lin Feng heard Zhang Yuxi's voice, he was shocked. After Zhang Yuxi finished speaking, she closed her eyes. "Wife, are you seducing me?" Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and asked. "Husband, you think too much, I won't seduce you." Zhang Yuxi squinted her eyes and said, "Then who are you seducing?" Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi with an ambiguous expression. Chapter 1616 I will punish you. "Well, I guess it's Mr. Lin from my family." Zhang Yuxi raised her head and said with a smile while looking at Lin Feng. "HMPH, you are sensible, my wife, I will punish you." "I will punish you, you are not allowed to hook up with other men," Lin Feng said domineeringly. "Yes, sir." Zhang Yuxi saluted Lin Feng playfully. Seeing this, Lin Feng threw himself on Zhang Yuxi, and then kissed her lips fiercely several times. Lin Feng's actions were too sudden, and Zhang Yuxi was a little unprepared for a while. Zhang Yuxi stared at Lin Feng with her big round eyes, and her dazed look attracted Lin Feng even more. "Wife, you took the initiative to throw yourself into my arms. Come on," Lin Feng said to Zhang Yuxi with a sly smile. "Hate," Zhang Yuxi said with a red face. She reached out and hit Lin Feng's shoulders. Lin Feng reached out and grabbed Zhang Yuxi's hands, and then hugged Zhang Yuxi in his arms. Zhang Yuxi was hugged tightly by Lin Feng, her body pressed against Lin Feng's chest. Lin Feng felt Zhang Yuxi's heartbeat, and he felt that he had turned into a furnace. "Wife, don't do this. You are just torturing me." He lowered his head and said beside Zhang Yuxi's ear. "It's so annoying, go away." Zhang Yuxi quickly pushed Lin Feng away. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi's appearance and couldn't help laughing. "Wife, you are shy. Wife, you look so cute like this," Lin Feng said with a doting look. "You big bad guy, let me go," Zhang Yuxi said. "No," Lin Feng said domineeringly. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi's pink little face, and a smile appeared on his face. "Wife, why is your face so red, do you have a fever?" Lin Feng deliberately said jokingly. "I don't have a fever at all, it must be because you just turned the air conditioner too high, so I feel a little hot." "Husband, no matter what, I won't let you bully me," Zhang Yuxi said. Okay, I won't bully you, I won't bully you." Lin Feng stared at Zhang Yuxi and said. "Husband, why are you looking at me like that?" Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng's eyes, and her face turned red again. Zhang Yuxi knew what Lin Feng wanted to do. "Wife, are you thinking about something wrong?" "What is my silly wife thinking about?" Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and asked with a smile. "How could I think about something wrong? I just want to tell you that I have enough clothes to wear, don't worry," Zhang Yuxi said seriously. "Ha ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. My fairy wife," Lin Feng said with a smile. After hearing what Zhang Yuxi said, Lin Feng laughed loudly, and he stretched out his hand to pinch Zhang Yuxi's cheek. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng's hand on her face, and her face turned red. Ah! Pinch my cheek again. Zhang Yuxi pouted and complained. Ho ha ho ha. I just think my wife is so cute sometimes. Wife, I am the happiest person in the world. Lin Feng said with a smile. You. Indeed happy. Zhang Yuxi said with a proud look on her face. She pointed at Lin Feng, and she felt a warm feeling in her heart. Lin Feng reached out and hugged Zhang Yuxi, then buried his face in Zhang Yuxi's neck and took a deep breath. It smells so good. Wife, why do you smell so good, so good? Lin Feng couldn't help but ask as he smelled the faint fragrance on Zhang Yuxi's body. Zhang Yuxi heard this, she lowered her head and looked at Lin Feng, a faint smile appeared at the corner of her mouth. Husband, this is the smell of shower gel. That's what you bought for me before. This shower gel is really fragrant. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. This shower gel is quite expensive, right? Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng and asked. It's not expensive, as long as my wife likes it. I have bought this shower gel for a long time. As long as my wife likes it, I am willing to spend money on it. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. Really? Of course it's true. Wife, do you like this brand of shower gel? If you like it, I will buy it for you next time. Lin Feng said. I like the scent of this shower gel, a light and refreshing fragrance. I am not used to the smell of other brands. Basically, the ones you bought are very suitable for me, and I like them too. Zhang Yuxi said. When Lin Feng saw Zhang Yuxi's look, the corners of his mouth curved up. Wife, I will buy more things for you in the future. I did a lot of homework for my wife, otherwise how could a grown man like me understand these things? As long as my wife likes it. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi seriously and said. Puchy. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng like this and couldn't help but burst out laughing. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng, and a warm current surged in her heart. Stupid. Of course I know that my wife did this for me. Thank you, husband. Zhang Yuxi reached out and touched Lin Feng's head and said. Wife, are you going to reward me? As Lin Feng spoke, he hugged Zhang Yuxi tightly. No. I was wrong. There are rewards. I'll go make breakfast for my husband. Zhang Yuxi was so scared after hearing what Lin Feng said that she quickly shook her head. Of course she knew what Lin Feng meant by the reward. Seeing Zhang Yuxi's clever look, Lin Feng couldn't help but burst out laughing. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng's happy smile, and she also laughed. Zhang Yuxi reached out and rubbed Lin Feng's head. Husband, your hair seems to have grown a lot longer than yesterday. Zhang Yuxi grabbed Lin Feng's hair and said. Really? Lin Feng was stunned after hearing what Zhang Yuxi said. He raised his head and touched his hair carefully. Let me see. Hey, it's a little longer than before. It seems that I need to trim it well today. Lin Feng reached out and touched his hair, and he said excitedly. Yes, you can simply trim it later. Or do you want to go out and ask teacher Tony to cut it? Zhang Yuxi tilted her head and said. Just cut it yourself. I have a set of hair cutting tools. I'll just trim it casually later, and then I'll go get it cut by Tony when I have time later. Lin Feng said. Yes, okay. Then we have to get up. I'll go get some breakfast, you get up and cut your hair. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay. Thank you for your hard work this morning, my wife. Lin Feng said with a smile. After Zhang Yuxi finished speaking, she stood up from the bed. After Zhang Yuxi put on her shoes, Lin Feng also sat up from the bed. After he put on his shoes, the two smiled at each other, and Zhang Yuxi then walked towards the kitchen. Zhang Yuxi was busy making breakfast in the kitchen, while Lin Feng was trimming his hair in the bathroom. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 1617 The Long-Desired Happiness. Wife. Lin Feng called out. What are you doing? I'm busy. Zhang Yuxi responded. Come over here. Help me see if this is the right way to cut your hair. Lin Feng said. Okay. Wait a minute. Zhang Yuxi agreed and ran out of the kitchen. When she came to the bathroom, she saw that Lin Feng's hair had been trimmed by him. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng and said, Honey, your hair is really handsome, I like it. Just right, it's fine, no need to cut it again. Wife, Don't flatter me deliberately. Are you sure it's okay? Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. It's really okay. Very fresh and clean. Okay, I'm going to go and have breakfast. Zhang Yuxi said. Yes. Go wash up first. Take a shower by the way. Lin Feng said. No hurry. I'll call you when I'm done. Zhang Yuxi nodded and said. Zhang Yuxi continued to run to the kitchen to work. After a while. Husband, it's time to eat. Zhang Yuxi walked into the living room with 2 breakfasts and shouted to Lin Feng. Okay, wife. Wait a minute, I'll be there soon. Lin Feng said. Then, Lin Feng took a shower and casually wrapped himself in a bath towel and came out. His hair was wet, and a drop of water slid down his cheek from time to time. When Lin Feng saw Zhang Yuxi sitting at the dining table with 2 breakfasts, his eyes lit up, and then he walked quickly towards the dining table. Wife, what delicious food did you make today? I just smelled a very fragrant smell when I was taking a shower. Lin Feng said. Just make it casually. It's not rich, just what we eat every day. Fried eggs, milk and sandwiches, and hot milk. Oh, by the way, I also got some ham sausages, which you bought last time. They are imported and taste good. Zhang Yuxi said while taking things. Wow, so rich. My wife is really amazing. Thank you, my wife, you have worked hard. Lin Feng praised. Zhang Yuxi slowly raised her head and glanced at Lin Feng after hearing what Lin Feng said. What caught her eyes was Lin Feng's perfect figure and 8-pack abs. And that handsome face. Zhang Yuxi's eyes stayed on Lin Feng for a moment. When she looked at Lin Feng, Zhang Yuxi's face couldn't help but turn red. When Lin Feng saw the way Zhang Yuxi looked at him, a smug smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Wife, have you seen enough? Lin Feng said. After hearing what Lin Feng said, Zhang Yuxi suddenly came back to her senses, her face suddenly turned red, and a hint of shyness flashed in her eyes. Wife, are you shy? Lin Feng asked with a smirk on his face. When Zhang Yuxi saw Lin Feng's look, her face turned even redder. I hate it so much. You should have breakfast soon. Zhang Yuxi said with a red face staring at Lin Feng. Ho ha ho ha. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi's shy look and couldn't help but burst into laughter. Wife, do you think I'm really handsome? That's why you couldn't help but stare at me just now. Lin Feng deliberately said jokingly. I didn't. You're so annoying. Humph. You only know how to tease me all day long, annoying guy. Zhang Yuxi snorted coldly, then turned her head to look at the other side, not wanting to pay attention to Lin Feng. When Zhang Yuxi ignored Lin Feng's smile froze for a moment. Ahem. Ho ha ho ha. Every time I see my wife's reaction, it's so cute. After seeing Zhang Yuxi's reaction, Lin Feng couldn't help but burst into laughter. When Zhang Yuxi saw Lin Feng laughing, her face suddenly turned as black as the bottom of a pot. Stinky egg, don't you want to eat breakfast? If you don't want to eat, I'll eat it all by myself. Zhang Yuxi said. Eat, eat, eat. I'll eat. After hearing what Zhang Yuxi said, Lin Feng quickly stopped laughing and nodded. Seeing this, Zhang Yuxi's expression became a little better. I thought you didn't want to eat anymore, you're full just by laughing. Zhang Yuxi said. Yes, I'll eat it. How can I not eat a breakfast made by my wife? I'll eat it all. Lin Feng said. As he spoke, Lin Feng started to eat breakfast. Zhang Yuxi felt very happy when she saw Lin Feng eating breakfast. This kind of happiness was what she had always dreamed of, and she felt happy instantly. Wife, the breakfast you made is so rich. This sandwich is so delicious, and it's paired with fried eggs, which are also fried very well. Lin Feng praised while eating. Hurry up and eat, you're just flattering me. When it comes to cooking, you're still the best. Zhang Yuxi said. My wife is the best, she cooks delicious food. Wife, you're awesome. After all, she's my woman, Lin Feng. She's good at both housework and cooking, right, wife? Lin Feng said with a smile. That's a must. After all, she's Lin Feng's wife, right? Zhang Yuxi smiled proudly when she heard Lin Feng praising her. When Lin Feng heard what Zhang Yuxi said, he picked up the knife and fork, cut a piece of sandwich and stuffed it into his mouth. It tastes so good. It's delicious. Lin Feng said. Hubby, can't you blow dry your hair after taking a shower? You don't even wear pajamas, you bastard. Zhang Yuxi complained. Hey, wife, you see I look good like this. It looks good even in pajamas. Besides, it's not like we haven't seen each other before, why are you shy? Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi with a smile and said, "Who is shy?" Zhang Yuxi retorted with a red face. "Ha ha ha. Wife, you are still so shy, you look so charming when you are shy. Look, you were still staring at me just now, are you attracted by my figure?" Lin Feng smiled and said, "Love you, big head ghost, who fell in love with you?" When Zhang Yuxi heard what Lin Feng said, she snorted coldly, then lowered her head and continued to eat breakfast. "Wife, this is not the first time you have seen it. What does it mean?" "It means that my body is too good, and my wife still can't control herself," Lin Feng said. "Stop it. What's going on in your head? You're becoming narcissistic again," Zhang Yuxi said. "Wife, are you going to admit it? Just like I'm still attracted to my wife every day when I see her. I can't help it, my heart is occupied by you," Lin Feng said. "Hey, greasy ghost. My husband's sweet words really come at my beck and call," Zhang Yuxi said. "Wife, I'm telling the truth. I swear to God, if I lie, I'll die a miserable death," Lin Feng said, looking at Zhang Yuxi's arrogant face. Chapter 1618 The Wisest Choice. "What are you doing? Don't talk nonsense. Look at you, you are so handsome, your family is so good, your character is so good, and your ability is so strong. I really picked up a treasure, picked up such an excellent husband. So I know that my husband loves me the best," Zhang Yuxi said. "I also know that my wife is the best in the world. Haha. But now I just want to be with you, my wife, you are by my side now," Lin Feng said seriously. After Zhang Yuxi heard what Lin Feng said, a smile suddenly appeared on her face. The corners of her mouth curled up slightly, and her eyes flashed with a sweet look. Zhang Yuxi stretched out her finger and poked Lin Feng's chest. "Husband, you must remember what you said. If you dare to lie to me in the future, you will be miserable. I will definitely break your legs," Zhang Yuxi smiled and said. "Wife, don't worry, it won't happen. I will definitely love you all my life," Lin Feng said with a smile. "Well, I believe you," Zhang Yuxi smiled and said. "Honey, I can't finish the milk. My stomach is so full," Zhang Yuxi said. "Silly wife, give it to me. I always eat what my wife leaves." Zhang Yuxi smiled and nodded, and she poured the milk into Lin Feng's cup. Lin Feng took the cup and drank it all. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi with a look of enjoyment and said, "Honey, I found that you look really beautiful today, just like a fairy descending to the earth." When Zhang Yuxi heard Lin Feng praising herself, the corners of her mouth couldn't help but curl up, and her heart was full of joy and happiness. "Pudgy. Honey, are you sure you are telling the truth? I haven't cleaned myself yet, I'll make breakfast after getting up," Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. "Hey, honey, you are very beautiful, you don't need to dress up at all. My wife has a good foundation, so she looks very beautiful even if she is casual," Lin Feng said with a smile. "Chatterbox. You can say all the nice things." Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes at Lin Feng and spoke. Although Zhang Yuxi said this, she was very happy in her heart. There was a smile on the corner of Zhang Yuxi's mouth. "Wife, take your time eating, I will help you wash all the dishes, you just sit and watch me wash the dishes." "He," Lin Feng said while eating. After Zhang Yuxi heard what Lin Feng said, a look of surprise appeared on her pretty face, and then a smile appeared on her pretty face. Zhang Yuxi had an indescribable feeling in her heart, and this feeling made Zhang Yuxi very happy. "Husband, I like you more and more now. What should I do?" Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. "Holy, me too," Lin Feng said with a smile while eating. "Wife, you are really beautiful. I think marrying you is the wisest choice I have made in my life. I don't know how many people envy me," Lin Feng said. After Zhang Yuxi heard what Lin Feng said, her eyebrows could not help but raise. Her eyes were full of doubts. Lin Feng was always so talkative. Lin Feng was telling the truth, and Zhang Yuxi knew it. She had been very beautiful since she was a child, and Zhang Yuxi had a very good figure and fair skin. No matter where she appeared, Zhang Yuxi could become the focus, and she was also the dream lover of many men. Lin Feng didn't know what was going on, but he was very attracted to Zhang Yuxi's every move. No matter what Zhang Yuxi did, he thought it was very cute. Lin Feng felt that marrying Zhang Yuxi was the most correct decision in his life. Lin Feng's eyes were always on Zhang Yuxi's face, and his eyes were very hot. He just looked at Zhang Yuxi without blinking. Zhang Yuxi also looked up at Lin Feng, and the two looked at each other, and the atmosphere seemed particularly warm and sweet. The two looked at each other quietly. They didn't speak, but their eyes communicated each other's thoughts. When they looked at each other, they had a strange feeling in their hearts. "Wife, I love you," Lin Feng suddenly said with a deep affection. "What did you say?" Zhang Yuxi asked in a daze. While eating breakfast, she looked at Lin Feng. "I said I love you. I said I love you." Lin Feng repeated his words again. After Zhang Yuxi heard what Lin Feng said, a happy smile immediately appeared on her face. "Wife, you look so beautiful when you smile. Wife, you are so beautiful. Wife, I really love you." Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said with a deep affection. Lin Feng's eyes were full of affection. "Husband, you are really. Say all the sweet words early in the morning." Zhang Yuxi smiled and said. "Everything I said is true. Wife, do you know how much I love you?" Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. Zhang Yuxi smiled and nodded. "Husband, I love you too." Zhang Yuxi responded. I know, of course I know that my wife loves me the most." Lin Feng said with a smile. "Okay, you have said you love me n times. My ears are getting calloused." Zhang Yuxi said. "Wife, are you full?" Lin Feng asked. "Yeah, I'm full, my stomach is so full." Zhang Yuxi said. "Wife, then you go and get dressed. I'll wash the dishes." Lin Feng said. "Yeah, okay. Thank you for your hard work, husband." Zhang Yuxi got up and went to wash up. Lin Feng cleaned up in the kitchen. When Zhang Yuxi was brushing her teeth and washing her face in the bathroom, her mind was full of what Lin Feng had just said. He said he loved her and she loved Lin Feng too. This made Zhang Yuxi very happy because she met the right person. Zhang Yuxi was in a good mood. While cleaning herself up in the dressing room, she hummed a little tune. Lin Feng cleaned up the kitchen and came over when he heard the sound. "Wife, you look so beautiful in your clothes, just like a fairy descending to the earth." "Ho ha ho ha. My wife is the most beautiful girl in the world." "Wife, you are the most beautiful girl I have ever seen," Lin Feng exclaimed. Husband, you are not bad either," Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. "How he? I am speaking from the heart, not flattering." "Wife, we are really a perfect match," Lin Feng said with a smug expression. After hearing what Lin Feng said, Zhang Yuxi nodded with a smile. "Husband, we are really a perfect match." "But, husband, where did you learn so many sweet words?" Zhang Yuxi asked. "Wife, you don't understand this. If you love someone, you have to praise her every day. I always say these words, every day," Lin Feng said. After hearing what Lin Feng said, Zhang Yuxi smiled and shook her head. But it is true, because of Lin Feng, Zhang Yuxi has become very confident. Because Lin Feng has always recognized and praised her, she has always lived in a very loving environment. So Zhang Yuxi's heart is also full of hope. Chapter 1619 Returning to Lin Feng's parents' home. "Okay, husband, let's not talk about this issue anymore. Have you prepared everything for mom and dad?" Zhang Yuxi asked. "Don't worry, honey, everything is ready, nothing is left out, everything is prepared according to mom and dad's preferences, nothing is wrong, mom and dad will definitely like it very much. Besides, mom and dad like you so much, they will definitely not blame you. And as long as we can go over to eat and chat with them, they will be very happy," Lin Feng said. "Although that's what you say, after all, we don't go to mom and dad very often, so it's only right to bring something over. Mom and dad often give me gifts. I remember all the kindness mom and dad have shown me," Zhang Yuxi said. "Yeah. Anyway, mom and dad treat you better than they treat me." Lin Feng nodded and said. "Oh, they are nice to me because of you. They will be relieved if we are nice. Honey, we can go there in a minute. By the way, did you prepare some food and drinks? They must not have any nutritional supplements on weekdays, so you can bring some nutritional supplements for them. I think they will like it very much," Zhang Yuxi said. "Yeah, I think so too. I have prepared all those, so don't worry, honey. Honey, you just need to be responsible for going there," Lin Feng said. "Hey. Okay, I am very relieved when my husband does things," Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng simply packed up and dressed up, then left home and rushed to Lin Feng's parents' house. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng came to the door of Lin's father and mother's house and rang the doorbell. "Dad and Mom," Zhang Yuxi shouted at the door. Zhang Yuxi's voice was very clear and loud. After hearing Zhang Yuxi's voice, Lin Feng's parents ran out very happily. Yuxi, you are here. Come on, come in quickly. Lin Feng's parents said. Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng also called out together. Yuxi, you are finally here. Yuxi, come here, Mom has cooked a big table of delicious dishes for you, all your favorite. Lin Feng's mother Jo Kilin said. Mom, there are only foods your daughter-in-law likes to eat, but not your son's, right? Lin Feng teased on the side. Hey, son, we are both wanderers in the world. But as long as it is something Yuxi likes to eat, as a father I am happy too. Lin Feng's father Lin Dashan shook his head and said. Oh, son, what your wife likes to eat, you will like to eat too. Besides, it's rare for Yuxi to come here, and Mom and Dad are very happy. Lin Feng's mother Jo Kilin smiled and said. Zhang Yuxi couldn't help laughing when she heard what Lin Feng's mother said. Mom and Dad, I'll go change my shoes first. Zhang Yuxi said and turned to the living room. After Zhang Yuxi changed her shoes, she walked into the house. Yuxi, sit down and have a rest, drink a glass of water and we will eat later. Lin Feng's mother Jo Kilin said with concern. Thank you, Mom, then I won't be polite. Today I can eat the feast made by Mom again. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. You naughty girl, why are you still being polite to your mother? Jo Kilin said with a smile. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng sat down on the sofa together. Wife, we must have a good meal today. After all, Mom's cooking skills are still good. Lin Feng said while holding Zhang Yuxi's hand. Zhang Yuxi nodded, and she slightly raised her head to look at Lin Feng. Lin Feng saw Zhang Yuxi looking at him with a smile, and a bright smile appeared on his face. Wife, you look so beautiful when you smile. Lin Feng praised seriously. Tisk, you are so talkative, Zhang Yuxi said. Lin Feng's mother Jo Kilin was very happy to see her son and daughter-in-law getting along so sweetly. Oh, by the way, Mom and Dad. These things are all prepared by Yuxi, a little thought from Yuxi. Lin Feng pointed to the things he brought and said. Oh, Yuxi prepares a lot of things every time she comes over. As long as you can come over for a meal, Mom and Dad will be very happy. Mother Jo Kilin said. This is the daughter-in-law's heartfelt gift, thank you Yuxi. The tea I bought for Dad last time is very delicious, and now I drink it every day. Lin Feng's father Lin Dashan said. Dad, if you like to drink, drink more. Dad, how is your health? Zhang Yuxi asked. Very good, don't worry about my health. Dad is in good health, you two can rest assured. Lin Feng's father said. That's good, this time I brought you the best Westlake Longjing. Dad can change the taste. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay. Lin Feng's father Lin Dashan said with a smile. Come, let's eat. Yuxi, come quickly. Mom, take out the soup, you guys can sit down quickly. Mother Jo Kilin said. Yes. Okay. Lin Feng agreed, and then he took Zhang Yuxi's hand and walked towards the restaurant. Wow, it smells so good. As soon as Zhang Yuxi entered the restaurant, she smelled the fragrance. Come, Yuxi, I'll serve you a bowl of soup. Lin Feng's mother Jo Kilin said with a smile. Mom, it's okay, I can do it myself. Zhang Yuxi said. Mom can come, this soup has been cooked for a whole morning. Drink more. Lin Feng's mother Jo Kilin smiled and said. Wife, it's okay. Let Mom come, she is so happy to see you now. Lin Feng said on the side. Yes, Yuxi, don't refuse. Your mother knew you were coming, and she thought about going to the vegetable market early in the morning to buy fresh ingredients last night. Very happy. Lin Feng's father Lin Dashan also said. Zhang Yuxi was very happy after listening to what Lin Feng and the others said. Mom, you have worked hard. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Oh, it's not hard, not hard. Mom is very happy. As long as you two are well and enjoy your meal, that's all. Lin Feng's mother Jo Kilin said. My wife said that every time I come to eat at Mom and Dad's house, I gain a few pounds of weight. Because it's so nutritious and rich. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said with a smile. Hey. Dad and Mom Lin laughed after hearing what Lin Feng said. Chapter 1620 A Sumptuous Lunch. Son, be nice to Yuxi. Yuxi, if you want to eat something, just tell me and let Lin Feng make it for you. Lin Feng's mother said. If I don't treat my wife well, who can I treat well? Lin Feng responded with a proud face. Wife, try it. Dad, let's eat together. Lin Feng picked up the spoon and served Lin Dashan a bowl of soup. Zhang Yuxi also picked up the spoon and scooped a bowl for Lin Feng. Come on, drink more, husband. This soup is very delicious, husband, try it. Mom's soup is really unique. Zhang Yuxi said. It's delicious. Lin Feng nodded and said. Mom, this soup is really delicious. Thank you, Mom, for preparing a sumptuous lunch for us. Zhang Yuxi said obediently. Silly child, why are you saying thank you to your mother? I made this soup specially for you too. It took me a whole morning to make it. I spent a lot of time. You should eat more, okay? Yes, we will. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi said in unison. Let's try Mom's cooking. Come on, Mom, eat more. Wife, you try it too. Lin Feng said. Dad, eat quickly, husband, called Dad too. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Come, have some stir-fried pork slices with green peppers and sweet and sour pork ribs. Mom is the best. Lin Feng's mother Jacqueline said. Okay, Mom. It looks delicious, with good color, aroma and taste. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Try this fish too. Your mom went to the seafood market early in the morning to buy it. She took me there at dawn. Lin Feng's father Lin Dashan said with a smile. Zhang Yuxi felt warm in her heart after hearing these words. Because every time Lin Feng's parents came to eat, they paid special attention to it and prepared all kinds of food carefully. The whole family held her in the palm of their hands. The way you young people eat is indeed a little different from ours, so I don't know if the dishes I cook will suit your taste. But, Lin Feng has told you what you like to eat, so Mom will cook according to your taste. Lin Feng's mother said enthusiastically. I think they are all delicious, thank you Mom. To be honest, the first time I eat the dishes cooked by Mom, I think they are particularly suitable for my appetite. It's just that every time I come, Mom and Dad have to prepare a large table of food. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. It's okay, Mom and Dad are happy. As long as you like it. Come, try it. This pineapple and pork stew is made by me. You young people seem to like it very much. Mom learned it by watching videos. Lin Feng's mother Jacqueline said. Wow, Mom is great. Some time ago, I said I wanted to eat pineapple and pork stew. As a result, Mom and Dad arranged it when I came. Zhang Yuxi said excitedly. Yes, she was nagging me a few days ago. I was planning to cook it for her when the time comes, but I didn't expect my mom to start first. Lin Feng smiled and said. Your mom has been studying various recipes recently. She studies it whenever she has time. She just thought that you would come over to eat when you have time, or she would go over to your place to cook for you. Lin Feng's father said from the side. Hey. I am also happy to see my daughter-in-law and son eating happily. This is what being a parent should do. Yuxi, you should also try this braised pig's trotter with peanuts. It seems that you have lost weight recently. Lin Feng's mother Jacqueline said with a smile. Yes, okay. Thank you, Mom. Mom, you should eat it too. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Mom, my wife's stomach is probably about to burst. You should at least ask me to eat more. Wife, can you share some with me? Lin Feng said quickly. In fact, he was afraid that his parents were too enthusiastic and worried that Zhang Yuxi would not be able to refuse, so he deliberately said something. Zhang Yuxi also understood immediately, and smiled slightly. Since Yuxi, a good daughter-in-law, has been in your mother's eyes, Yuxi only. Hey. Lin Feng's father laughed. Dad, as long as the two women are happy. Lin Feng and his father looked at each other and smiled and said. Yuxi, my mother's biggest wish in this life is that you and our Lin Feng can be together forever and live happily together. We are very happy that you two can be together happily. We hope that you can get married and have children as soon as possible, and have a group of beautiful and lovely grandchildren. That would be great. Lin Feng's mother Jacqueline said. Mom, don't worry, we will definitely get married, and we will have a wedding as soon as we reach the age. As for having children, let's talk about it after marriage, right? Now the wedding has not been held, and my wife will be the main one at that time. Lin Feng said seriously. Yuxi, our Lin family will definitely not treat you unfairly. The necessary things and procedures will not be less. Lin Feng's father said. Yes, that's what we should do. Mom and Dad just want you to live a good life. Lin Feng's mother also said. Yes, Mom and Dad, don't worry. Lin Feng and I will always be fine. Zhang Yuxi said. You two are your parents' babies, and of course your parents hope that you can live a good life. Mom and Dad also hope that you can be happy, so that we don't need to worry about you. We won't have anything to worry about when we are old, and you two must get along well and live a happy life. Lin Feng's mother Jacqueline said. Mom, why are you so emotional all of a sudden? Are you led astray by your dad? Lin Feng said with a smile and teasing. Go, how did your dad lead me astray? He has always been very good to me, don't talk nonsense. Your dad has always been very good to me. So mom often tells you, treat Yuxi well, and a man who loves his wife will bring wealth. Mother Jacqueline said. Yes, 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 mom is right. It's because I love my wife that I can do so well in my career now. Lin Feng said with a smile. Yuxi, please take care of our Lin Feng. If this kid does anything wrong or bullies you, tell dad and dad will deal with him for you. Father Lin Dashan said. Dad, I learned the ability to love my wife from you, and I inherited your good genes. Lin Feng said. That's right, Lin Feng inherited the good genes of mom and dad. Don't worry, mom and dad, I will take good care of Lin Feng. Besides, as for the problem of Lin Feng bullying me, it is impossible. He is very, very good to me and very tolerant of me. I am very grateful to him. We will be fine, mom and dad, don't worry. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Chapter 1621 Family Happiness. You two can enjoy the family happiness here. I will try to make time to come and have dinner with you. Lin Feng said with a smile. Hubby, we two must eat more and don't waste it. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Okay, you two should eat more and replenish your nutrition. When you two are chubby, you have to go to class on weekdays, so you won't have so much time to cook. Mother Jacqueline said. When mom and dad have summer vacation, I will arrange time to take you and my father-in-law and mother-in-law to travel and play with you. Let's go and relax as a family. Lin Feng said. Yes, we are also preparing for the final exams. Lin Feng has planned it in advance and said he will take mom and dad to travel. After the exams, it will be summer vacation. Mom and dad will go to play together. Zhang Yuxi also said. Well, this is a good idea, let's go and play together. We haven't had a good rest and relaxation for a long time. Lin Feng's father Lin Dashan said. Well, everything is up to you. You two are both better than each other, and your mom and dad are very satisfied. If you two don't have time, we as parents understand. Jacqueline said. By the way, Yuxi, are your in-laws okay? Lin Feng should pay more attention to Yuxi's parents. When you have time, you should also take time to go back and have a meal with your parents. They must be looking forward to your return. Lin Feng's father said. Yes, Yuxi is the precious daughter. You have to take good care of Yuxi and pay more attention to your parents-in-law. Son, do you know? Mother Jacqueline said to Lin Feng. Yes, I know, I will pay attention. Lin Feng said. Don't worry about your parents, Yuxi and I will be filial to both parents. Lin Feng continued to speak. As long as you two are fine, we will be relieved if you two have a good life. You two are both excellent and very filial, and your parents know it. Lin Feng's mother Jacqueline said. Yes, mom and dad, Lin Feng has done very, very well. He is also very attentive to my parents, and my parents like him very much. He praises him to everyone, and my dad also recognizes him very much. So, I really want to thank mom and dad for raising such an excellent Lin Feng. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Yuxi, girl, your parents are also very happy that you two can be together. Your father and I are both honest and decent people. We just hope that you two can be together well, and we don't ask for anything else. Jacqueline said. Mom and dad, don't worry, Lin Feng and I will both be very filial to mom and dad. Mom and dad, you two must take care of your health, we will take good care of ourselves. Zhang Yuxi also said. If there's anything you can discuss with your parents, just tell us, as parents, we will do our best to help. Lin Feng's father said. Dad, Mom, Yuxi and I will take good care of ourselves, and both Yuxi and I are filial children. Yuxi is also very filial to you, so you two old people don't have to worry. We will all be fine. Lin Feng said. Okay, come on, Yuxi, eat more. Drink some more soup. Lin Feng's mother Jacqueline said. Lin Feng's mother took out a bowl of chicken soup and handed it to Zhang Yuxi. Okay, I got it. Thank you dad, thank you mom, I will definitely eat more. Zhang Yuxi nodded and said. Even though Zhang Yuxi had eaten a lot and was full. But she couldn't bear to disappoint Lin Feng's mother's enthusiasm. Mom, Yuxi has eaten enough, and if she eats more, her stomach will probably burst. Come on, wife, give me some. I haven't had enough of the soup that mom cooked just now. Lin Feng smiled and said to help. Lin Feng smiled and took the chicken soup from Zhang Yuxi's hand and drank it. You little brat. Mother Jocelyn shook her head and said with a smile. After lunch, Zhang Yuxi was very sensible and followed Lin Feng's mother to clean up the dishes. Yuxi, go sit down quickly. Mom will come. Girls' hands need to be taken care of. Lin Feng's mother smiled and said. Wife, come and sit down. I will do it. Lin Feng said. Then he came to Zhang Yuxi's side, took her hand and left the kitchen. Then he returned to clean up the dishes with his mother. Lin Feng's father was washing fruits for Zhang Yuxi, then cut them and brought them to the living room. Yuxi, come, have some fruits after dinner. Lin Feng's father Lin Dashan said. Thank you, Dad. You're welcome. We are all family. There's no need to be so formal. Lin Feng's father said with a smile. Come and try this watermelon. This is the watermelon that our farm just bought this year. It tastes sweet. Yuxi, try it. This watermelon is really sweet. Lin Feng's father said. It's delicious. It's really delicious. Zhang Yuxi said very happily. If it tastes good, eat more. Lin Feng's father Lin Dashan said with a smile. Okay. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. After a while, Lin Feng cleaned up the kitchen and came over, sitting down next to Zhang Yuxi. Hubby, you've worked hard. Here, this is the fruit that Dad cut. It's so sweet, try it. Zhang Yuxi handed the fruit to Lin Feng and said. Lin Feng reached out to take the fruit and started to eat it. Well, it's really delicious. The fruit bought by Dad is still so good. Lin Feng said. Well, they are all seasonal fruits, all the first batch. They are all very fresh. Some friends that Dad knows are in the farm fruit business, so you don't have to worry about eating seasonal fruits in the future. Lin Feng's father said. Yuxi, take some fruits back when you go back. Mom has already packed them for you. They are all fresh fruits from the farm. Your dad and his friends picked them yesterday. I picked a few more specially, thinking that you can bring them back when you come over for dinner today. Lin Feng's mother Jocelyn came over and said. Well, we'll take some home when we go back. No wonder I feel that the fruit is very fresh and delicious when I eat it. Zhang Yuxi nodded. She really likes to eat the fruit in the farm. Wife, let's take a walk after dinner. Go to the yard and look at the flowers and trees. Mom planted a lot of flowers and plants. Lin Feng said. Great, I just came in and saw that the flowers planted by my mother are really beautiful. I just want to go and see it. Zhang Yuxi said quickly. Chapter 1622 Walking in the Yard. Dad wanted to buy a large flat at the beginning, but Mom only wanted an independent villa with a yard to plant some flowers and plants, so Dad compromised and followed Mom's wishes. Lin Feng said. Wow, Dad also dotes on Mom very much? It seems that my husband has inherited Dad's good genes and dotes on his wife. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Then go and see the flowers planted by Mom. Dad also raises fish in the yard. Just did it some time ago. Lin Feng's mother said. Then Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi came to the yard of the villa for a walk and visited the flowers and plants planted by Lin Feng's mother. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng came to the pond in the yard. Looking at the sparkling pond, feeling the breeze blowing on the face, and smelling the fresh air, Zhang Yuxi's mood instantly became very good. Lin Feng accompanied Zhang Yuxi with a gentle face. The two walked slowly in the yard. As they walked, Lin Feng suddenly stopped. Wife? Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi turned her head and looked at Lin Feng and asked. Look, that flower over there is very beautiful, isn't it? It's all carefully cultivated by my mother. Lin Feng said. What's the name of that flower? Hydrangea, right. So beautiful. Zhang Yuxi said with a happy face. Oh, it's a hydrangea, a very bright flower. Blue hydrangea, there are also planted on both sides of the gate. Lin Feng said. Yes, it's very beautiful. No wonder I saw it when we came here. Zhang Yuxi responded. That mother is really thoughtful. She actually planted so many hydrangeas in the yard. It seems that there are quite a lot of things to pay attention to when planting hydrangeas. Zhang Yuxi looked at the hydrangeas in front of her and said. This hydrangea was specially planted in the yard by my mother. There are also roses over there, anyway, all kinds of flowers. My mother likes flowers like you. Lin Feng said. Yes, so I gave my mother a bouquet of flowers when we first met, and she was so happy. My mother is so virtuous. She is good at both housework and cooking. Zhang Yuxi praised Lin Feng's mother Zhou. My mother has always been very virtuous, but sometimes she has a little temper. In fact, she is also very kind. However, my mother also loves you very much. She really cares about you very much, and cares about you more than she cares about me. So my mother is really very good to you. Lin Feng said very seriously. Zhang Yuxi couldn't help but be stunned for a moment after listening to Lin Feng's words, then she smiled brightly and nodded. Well, I know that my parents love me very much. My husband also respects my mother very much, and my mother is also a very easy to get along with person. Well, both of our mothers like it very much. Just like my parents also like you, my husband very much. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. We both love our mother very much, and love how my mother cares about her and how she cherishes her. And my father-in-law and mother-in-law really love me, better than my parents. Fortunately, because of my wife, I have 2 more loves. Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi smiled and nodded. Yes, I also think my parents are very good to my husband and care about him very much. My mother really likes you too much. Zhang Yuxi said. Wife, I will always love you. Lin Feng said. Zhang Yuxi couldn't help but look up at Lin Feng. Husband, do you want to express something? Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng and asked with a smile. Wife, I love you. Lin Feng said. Yes, I know. Zhang Yuxi smiled and nodded. But I hope you can always remember this sentence and remember the importance of this sentence. I also hope that I will not disappoint my father-in-law and mother-in-law's expectations and let them down. So we have always been good to you and have always loved you. You are the most important person in my life. If one day I do something wrong, you must tell me, you must help me correct my mistakes, and never leave me. Lin Feng said seriously. Yes. Besides, how could my husband do something wrong? My husband is so good, I believe you. Zhang Yuxi said. We will be together for a lifetime. Never separate for a lifetime. Lin Feng said. Yes. Okay. I will always be with my husband. Never leave or abandon. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi's hand and then walked forward with Zhang Yuxi. The two walked slowly in the yard, admiring the various flowers in the yard. Zhang Yuxi was in a very good mood. Husband, I feel very happy to walk hand in hand with you like this. Zhang Yuxi said. Wife, you can do whatever you want to do in the future, and you can go wherever you want to play. I will always be by your side. Lin Feng said. Okay, I will go wherever I want to play and do whatever I want. That's decided. Let's work together to make our lives happier and more joyful. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay, let's work together, and no matter what happens, we will not separate. I support you in whatever you want to do, my dear. Lin Feng said. Okay. No matter what difficulties we encounter, we will not separate. We will always be together. Zhang Yuxi said. Yes, silly wife. Lin Feng agreed with a doting look on his face. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi walked forward hand in hand. As they walked, they came to the garden. Zhang Yuxi ran to a rose with a happy face and touched the delicate petals of the rose. It's really beautiful. Zhang Yuxi said. Wife, do you like it? Lin Feng walked to Zhang Yuxi and asked. Yes, I like this rose very much. It's really beautiful and very delicate. My mother should be a person who loves life very much. You see, she has planted so many flowers and plants in the yard, and there are all kinds of vegetables over there. Zhang Yuxi said. Yes, my dear, you are right. My mother really loves life. She is more optimistic in life. I also think that she is very cheerful, enthusiastic and easy to get along with. Lin Feng said. Well, I liked her very much the first time I got to know her. She is very easygoing and there is no pressure at all to interact with her. So I think I am very lucky to have a good husband, good father-in-law and good mother-in-law. Many people may have to deal with mothers-in-law who are difficult to get along with, but I don't have to worry at all, because my mother-in-law is so good, Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. A satisfied smile was on Zhang Yuxi's face. Chapter 1623 Planning for the Future. Yes, you and Mom can get along well, that's what I hope for. Lin Feng said. Wife, there are too few flowers planted in the yard of our villa. If you like, let's plant more in the yard. Plan the yard well. Lin Feng continued. Yes, okay, Summer vacation is coming, I'll take some time to tidy it up then. Then I'll see what flowers to plant. Zhang Yuxi agreed quickly. Okay, listen to my wife. Lin Feng said. Wife, when we have a baby in the future, we must also take good care of the baby and raise the baby to be white and plump. When the baby grows up, the two of us will take the baby to travel around the world. Lin Feng said. Okay. In the future, we will take the baby and the three of us to travel around the world. Zhang Yuxi immediately agreed after hearing this. By the way, if we have a baby in the future, Mom will be very happy to help us take care of it. Mom said that as long as you are willing and you want her to, she can do it. She can also arrange a few nannies for us. After all, Mom has more resources for finding nannies than us. You don't need to do anything at that time, and you don't have to be so hard. There are nannies and Mom to help you. Lin Feng said. Yes, I don't need to worry about anything at that time. Zhang Yuxi said. After listening to Lin Feng, the smile on his face became more gentle. The two chatted and walked forward. Wife, you don't need to worry about anything before and after the baby is born. You just need to keep a happy mood. I will arrange everything. I will also arrange the confinement center in advance, and I will definitely give my wife the best. Lin Feng said. I believe my husband will arrange everything properly. Husband, you are such a good husband. I should be the happiest person in the world. Zhang Yuxi said seriously. Hearing Zhang Yuxi say this, Lin Feng suddenly felt a surge of incomparable happiness in his heart. A happy smile also appeared on his face. The two continued to walk forward. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi continued to stroll in the courtyard. As they walked, they came to the flowers. Lin Feng hugged Zhang Yuxi's waist, then lowered his head and kissed Zhang Yuxi's forehead. Wife, I love you. Love, 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 love. Never separate. I will let my wife stay by my side forever, and let you be the happiest girl in the world. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi affectionately. His eyes were extremely firm. Yes, I love you too. I love you very much, always. Zhang Yuxi said. She stood on her toes and hugged Lin Feng's neck with both hands. The air was filled with a sweet smell. The two hugged and kissed each other tightly, and I don't know how long it took. The two separated. Husband Zhang Yuxi snuggled in Lin Feng's arms and whispered. Lin Feng hugged Zhang Yuxi with a happy face. Zhang Yuxi leaned in Lin Feng's arms, feeling the warmth from Lin Feng's body. Zhang Yuxi felt more secure than ever before. It was because of Lin Feng's existence that she could always be herself at ease. So Zhang Yuxi was very grateful for everything. Sometimes she even felt that she might have done a lot of good things in her previous life, so she could meet such a good Lin Feng in this life. It's okay, I just want to call you husband. 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 Zhang Yuxi said with a pink face. I'm here. Silly wife. Lin Feng hugged Zhang Yuxi tightly and said. The two stayed in the flowers for a long time. Zhang Yuxi's face was full of happy smiles. She felt that she was the happiest girl in the world. Husband, I feel that since I met you, I have been so happy. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Wife, me too. As long as you are by my side, I feel that I live a very fulfilling, very happy, and very satisfied life every day. Being able to have a wife and being able to marry a wife is the happiest thing in my life. Thank you, my wife, thank you for always being by my side. Let me know that I am not a lonely person. Wife, do you know? I am very happy, really very happy. With you by my side, I feel happy every day. Lin Feng said with a happy face. Yes, I feel especially happy with you by my side. From now on, you are all my happiness. Lin Feng said. Yes, me too. Husband, let's go back, don't stay outside for too long, otherwise Mom and Dad will think what we did. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Wife, what did you say we did? We. Lin Feng joked with a wicked smile. Zhang Yuxi immediately understood what Lin Feng meant. Husband. Hate it. You are really a bad guy. Humph. I ignore you. Zhang Yuxi pouted and said. Wife. Good wife, husband is wrong, you must not be angry. Wife. Lin Feng kept calling Zhang Yuxi's name. Over and over again, he kept calling Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi felt sweet when she heard Lin Feng's call. The smile on her face became brighter and brighter. Wife. Lin Feng called Zhang Yuxi 3 times in a row. Zhang Yuxi was very happy to be called by Lin Feng. Oh, wife, I was wrong. Wife, please forgive me. I will never dare to do it again, never dare to do it again. I shouldn't tease my wife. Lin Feng said with a wronged look. Huh? You are so annoying. You always tease me on purpose. I don't like you anymore. Zhang Yuxi said, pretending to be angry. Wife, I know you are the kindest, and you must not want to see me sad. Wife, I was really wrong. Wife, please forgive me once, I will never dare to do it again. Wife, you love me the most. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi with a pitiful face and said. Zhang Yuxi was amused by Lin Feng's pitiful expression. Husband, why are you so cute sometimes? Zhang Yuxi stretched out her hand and pinched Lin Feng's nose, and said with a smile. Zhang Yuxi had a smile on her face. She was very happy in her heart. Zhang Yuxi also liked this feeling very much. The two snuggled up to each other. Wife, you are always cute in my eyes. Lin Feng said. Husband, you are such a big fool. Okay, you only know how to make me happy. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Lin Feng had a smile on his face, but his eyes were full of sincerity. Because I have always been the dumbest person in front of my wife. Because I always want to make my wife happy, and want my wife to be as happy as today every day. Lin Feng said with a smile. Husband, me too. I think so too. I want you to be happy every day, and as happy as today every day. Zhang Yuxi also said with a smile. The two stood in the garden and talked and laughed, telling each other their hearts. The relationship between them has become more and more harmonious. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng stayed in the garden for a long time. They just stood quietly in the garden and watched the sunset slowly set. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 1624, Not a Biological Child, but Better Than a Biological Child. Honey, can we finish our meal before we go back? Lin Feng asked. Of course, I'm just afraid that they will have to prepare a lot of dishes for us to have dinner here, which is too tiring. Zhang Yuxi said. It's okay, they are so happy. They are probably preparing the dishes now. Since we haven't been home for a long time, they should keep us for dinner. Lin Feng said. Honey, I'm a little tired, let's go back. Let's see if there's anything we can help with. Zhang Yuxi said to Lin Feng. Yes. Okay, let's go back. Lin Feng agreed. Zhang Yuxi took Lin Feng's arm and walked towards the house. Lin Feng carefully supported Zhang Yuxi all the way. Zhang Yuxi also looked like a little bird, snuggling beside Lin Feng. Back home. Dad, Mom, we are back. Are you preparing another big meal? Lin Feng shouted loudly as he entered the door. You're back. I'll have dinner here tonight before I go back. Mom and Dad are already preparing the food. Upon hearing this, Lin's mother quickly ran out of the kitchen, looked at Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi with a kind smile and said. Yuxi, wait a minute. Dinner will be ready soon. Lin Feng's father, Lin Deshan, said with a smile. Oh, okay. Lin Feng nodded with a smile. Wife, let's sit down and rest first. Lin Feng helped Zhang Yuxi sit on the sofa, then poured her a cup of hot water and said. Thank you, husband. Zhang Yuxi smiled at Lin Feng, took the hot water and took a sip. Wife, do you want to eat some fruit? I'll peel an apple for you. Lin Feng said with a smile. No, I don't really want to eat now. Zhang Yuxi said quickly. Husband, I think it's not appropriate for me to sit like this. I'll go to the kitchen to see if Mom and Dad need any help. Zhang Yuxi said. No, wife, I can't bear to let you work at home. You don't need to come to your parents' house, just stay here obediently. Lin Feng smiled and shook his head and refused. But, like this. Zhang Yuxi said a little embarrassedly. Well, wife, let's do this. In order to let you sit at ease, you go to the kitchen and ask Mom and Dad if they need any help. You may feel more at ease this way. Lin Feng thought for a while and said. Well, okay. Actually, that's what I mean. Mom and Dad don't ask me to do it, but I still have to ask consciously, which is more polite. Zhang Yuxi said. Silly wife, don't I know you? Go. Lin Feng said with a smile. Zhang Yuxi stood up and walked towards the kitchen when she heard it. When she came to the kitchen, she saw Lin Feng's parents cutting vegetables. When Lin Feng's mother Zhou saw Zhang Yuxi, she was also very surprised. Yuxi, why are you in the kitchen? It's full of smoke inside. Hurry up, go out and watch TV or something. Lin Feng's mother Zhou said quickly. Dad, Mom. I just want to ask, is there anything I can help with? Zhang Yuxi said with a smile on her face. No, you don't need to do these things. You and Lin Feng are responsible for eating. You go to rest. Lin Feng's father Lin Dashan heard this and quickly said. It's okay, I don't have anything to do. I just want to take a look. Maybe I can help wash the vegetables or something. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Mom, is there any dish that Yuxi needs to wash? She will be restless if she doesn't help. I always feel that Dad and Mom are working hard, and it's not good for her to sit. My silly wife. Lin Feng also came over and said. Silly girl. Don't be so formal with us. It's normal for Mom and Dad to cook for the children. Don't have any psychological burden. As long as you eat, Mom will be happy. You two children, just wait for dinner. Mom will make delicious food for you tonight. Yuxi has the seafood you like. Mother Zhou smiled and said. Mom, do you know that I like seafood? Zhang Yuxi's eyes lit up when she heard about seafood and said. Yes. Yuxi, let's eat seafood tonight. Tonight, our family of 4 will eat seafood together. Mom and Dad prepared a lot of dishes. You two were playing in the yard before, and I went out to buy them. Zhou said with a smile. Wow, husband, Mom and Dad are so good to me. Thank you, Mom and Dad, you've worked hard. Zhang Yuxi happily hugged Lin Feng's arm and said happily. Yes, I said that Mom and Dad treat you better than me. You are their biological daughter. Lin Feng said quickly. You little brat, Yuxi is our daughter. She's not our biological daughter, but she's as good as our own. Lin Feng's father, Lin Dashan, said with a smile. Look at you two, you're both equally silly. Mother Zhou said with a smile. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng looked at each other and laughed together. You two, stop showing off your affection here, go out and have a rest, we'll be ready soon. Zhou said with a smile. Okay, husband, let's go out. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng and said. Okay, wife. Stay here and you'll be in the way of your parents. Lin Feng agreed, while putting his hands on his waist and moving back. Okay. Let's go. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Seeing the harmonious atmosphere between their son and Zhang Yuxi, Lin Feng's parents smiled at each other. Okay, you go out first. We'll be ready soon. Lin Feng's father, Lin Dashan, saw his son and his wife go out. Then he spoke to Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi. Okay, Mom and Dad, thank you for your hard work. I'll come and taste your cooking skills later. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Then you have to wait a moment. Let's wash the vegetables first, it will be ready in a while. Mother Zhou said. Okay. Zhang Yuxi said. You two, go watch TV quickly, we can eat in a while. Mother Zhou shouted. Okay, wife, Mom and Dad, let's go out. Lin Feng heard the words and directly pulled Zhang Yuxi to the living room. Chapter 1625 The Taste of Mom. Wife, watch TV first, see if there are any movies you like. Zhang Yuxi sat on the sofa, and Lin Feng sat next to her. Yes. Okay, then I'll watch TV first. Husband, you come over and watch TV, we'll watch TV together, and then chat? Zhang Yuxi said. Okay. Lin Feng responded. By the way, husband, your cooking is so delicious, did you inherit your mother's cooking skills? Zhang Yuxi asked curiously. Usually, we cook at home, and the dishes cooked by parents are all delicious. Occasionally we go out to eat, but Mom thinks that although it's more difficult to buy groceries and cook them yourself, it's clean and hygienic. So naturally, my cooking skills have improved day by day. Lin Feng said. I see, then Mom is really thoughtful, she must be very happy. Mom, the dishes cooked by Dad are really delicious. Zhang Yuxi said. Fortunately, Dad will also consciously share the burden for Mom. So, Mom often goes to the vegetable market to buy some good and fresh ingredients. Like every time we come over, she gets up early in the morning to buy vegetables. Cook a big table of your favorite food. Lin Feng said. Yes. Thank you very much, Mom and Dad. Every dish is delicious and fragrant. In fact, the dishes cooked by your mother have the taste of my mother. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Okay, if it tastes good, eat more. Let's find time later to visit my parents-in-law. Lin Feng said. Yeah, great. Husband, it's so delicious. I can learn to cook from my mom, so that I can cook for you in the future, and you can also taste my cooking. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng with anticipation and said. Of course, I also want to taste your cooking skills, wife. But, in our house, I will be responsible for cooking for you. Wife, you just need to be full. Lin Feng smiled and nodded. Husband, you are so good to me. Husband, you are such a good man. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Then now, are you going to reward me well? Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. Reward you? Husband, I don't know how to reward you. Zhang Yuxi said with some doubts. Oh, right, let's do this. Husband, my reward is to learn a few dishes from my mother, and I will cook for you in the future. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Silly wife, do you want to cook for me so much? In terms of cooking, my wife will be a novice. I like to cook for my wife, and I am very happy to see my wife eat so satisfied every time. As the saying goes, if you really love a girl, you are willing to cook for her. Wife, if you want to cook on a whim, that's fine, just do whatever you want. But you don't need to deliberately learn anything from me, just be yourself. Lin Feng said. Woo woo woo. Hubby, every time you say these words, I want to cry. You are so good to me, so good, so good. I feel so happy. Zhang Yuxi said. Silly, you are my wife, so I must treat you well. What I mean is that you just need to be happy every day. Don't worry about everything else. Lin Feng said. Hubby, you are such a good man. Zhang Yuxi said seriously. Haha. Of course, I am your husband. Lin Feng said with a smile. I will be like this in the future, but if I still have a lot of shortcomings, I hope my husband can teach me. Zhang Yuxi said. She saw too many advantages in Lin Feng. Whether in life, love or career, Lin Feng is relatively mature and stable, and his knowledge and vision are one level higher than her. Although Zhang Yuxi is also a leader among girls and is very outstanding, after all, Lin Feng has experienced more than her in many aspects, and naturally knows more than her. So she is also very happy to keep up with Lin Feng, hoping to become better and better with Lin Feng. Okay, I will definitely teach you. But, my wife is already very good. Lin Feng smiled and said. No way, I'm just learning from my husband. After all, my husband is so outstanding, how can I not keep up? Zhang Yuxi said. Don't be modest, you are excellent, I know best. Your IQ is higher than many people. Your comprehension and judgment abilities are very accurate, and your personality is so good, you are so smart and capable, right? And my wife is really good at financial management, I admire her very much, you're thinking logic and details. In the future, you will definitely be in charge of the company's financial management. Lin Feng said with a serious face. He said so and he thought so in his heart, because Zhang Yuxi is really very smart, both in IQ and EQ. Lin Feng thought about his wife who is so beautiful and very smart, with many advantages in one. He instantly felt that he was also very lucky to meet Zhang Yuxi. However, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi are also the so-called strong combination. Husband, don't praise me anymore. I will be proud if you praise me like this. Actually, it's okay, it's a little bit amazing, When Zhang Yuxi heard Lin Feng praising herself like this, her pretty little face immediately turned red, and she said with a smile. Of course my wife is excellent, and my wife, you are the best person I have ever met. I also think my wife is the best person. My wife is the smartest and most capable woman in the world. My wife is great, I love you to death, and I love myself to death, ha ha ha. Wife, let's work hard together in the future to make our company better and better. Lin Feng said with a smile. Hubby, thank you for always encouraging me and recognizing me, thank you for loving me so much, thank you so much. Zhang Yuxi heard Lin Feng say this, hugged Lin Feng excitedly, and said. Haha, wife, you don't have to thank me, this is what I should do, because I love you. My wife, I also want to love you more. Besides, my wife's strength is obvious, I'm not flattering you, the fact is that my wife is indeed very good. Lin Feng said. After listening to Lin Feng's words, Zhang Yuxi snuggled tightly in Lin Feng's arms, her face full of happiness. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone, see you in the next video.